Welcome to Waynesboro, the bird dog capital of the world. And tonight, the high school football capital of the state of Georgia.
They understand the magnitude of this game. I mean, you don't have to get them ready.
When you're dealing with high school kids, you want to keep them focused, and it's just a thing of telling them we're working day to day.
Thompson, Burke County, two arch rivals. Tonight, one will be region champion.
To me, it's the best game in this area in the state of Georgia, and when it comes down to it. And it's a love-hate relationship, and it's okay.
Welcome to Game Night Live. WJBF Sports presents local high school football live in your living room each Friday night. Game Night Live is powered by McDonald's. I'm loving it. And now, your hosts, John Hart and Ashley Brown.
Well, they say all good things to those who wait, right? This game originally scheduled for October 4th, delayed and postponed due to Hurricane Helene. And what have we got? On the final night of the regular season in Georgia high school football, a region championship between two old-time rivals, Thompson and Burke County, both ranked in the top 10 in Class 2A in the state of Georgia. John Hart joined one more time for this 2024 regular season by Ashley Brown and AB. We saved our best for last.
Man, this is one of the games of the year in the state, year in and year out. I had a chance to talk to Coach Youngblood last night. He played here at Burke County. That's heightened this rivalry over the last 7 years. Franklin Stevens and he are good friends, and these two teams mirror each other quite a bit. They both got a big-time running back. They both got a big-time kind of all-purpose guy, and they try to put their quarterbacks in really good positions to be successful.
Yeah, these two teams have had a different paths to get here to this point, but tonight it's all on the line. The winner of this game will be the region champion in 4AA in the state of Georgia. So as we send it down to the field, we are awaiting the teams to walk to the middle of the field so that they can do the coin toss. And now they're making their way out to midfield. Again, all eyes in the state of Georgia on this field tonight. And with that, we take it down to midfield for the coin toss between Burke County and Thompson.
Shake hands, time to introduce yourselves. All right, good evening, gentlemen. You've been chosen captains for your teams by rule of sportsmanship. Starts with the A to U, my 7 officials, everybody on this side of the white lines. Any questions on that? White, you're the visiting team. You're going to call my toss. The helmets is heads. That is tails. Tails, heads. What do you call before I toss? Heads. He called a heads. I'm going to let it hit the ground. It is a tail. You have won the toss. You want to defer your option second half. Stay right there. Burke County has won and defer to the second half. You want the ball? Okay, which goal do you want to defend? You want to defend this goal. Okay, White, you're over there. Thompson will receive. Fellas, just a reminder to get your teams behind your banners. Thank you, guys. Shake hands.
So to recap, Burke County wins the toss, defers to the second half. The Thompson Bulldogs will have the ball first, which brings us to our keys to the game, AB.
Yeah, let's take a look at the visitors from Thompson first. I think a real key tonight, because these two teams are evenly matched up, dominate the front line. Both sides of the ball, the team that does that is probably going to win. And limit the big plays from Kelvon Scott. He has 16 touchdowns on very few touches this year. He's the big play guy. For Burke County, pack the line and stop Trey Jeffrey. That is how make Thompson throw the football. Jeffrey is a workhorse, over 900 yards rushing in the last 6 games. And also ball control, use long drives to keep Thompson's offense off the field. I think that's a big key for Burke.
So both teams have taken the field. Kickoff is next for the region championship on Game Night Live. 41st meeting between these two old rivals. Very few larger than this with the region championship on the line. Thompson comes in ranked number 10 in the state, 7-2 overall, 4-0 in Region 4 2A. Burke County ranked number 6 in the state of Georgia, 8-1, also 4-0 in Region 4 2A. And Burke County leads the all-time series 22-18. Last year, Burke County a 14-12 winner. That was when Thompson, by the way, was ranked number 3 in the state. And 10 of the last 13 meetings decided by 1 score or less. There is a bit of an asterisk in this series because you had Waynesboro High School before it was Burke County. Waynesboro versus Thompson. Thompson dominated that series 19-8. And there were 2 ties. And
that gives them a 37-30 overall. So Thompson would say, hey, we'll take that.
Well, they'll count those. Absolutely, Thompson will.
Well, they're evenly matched. I said they mirror one another. Both come in averaging about 42 points a game. They give up. Thompson 13, Burke County 14 a game. We should have a great one tonight.
And off we go. And Jarris Sinkfield, who we will talk about a lot. And here is why. On the opening kickoff, Sinkfield inside the red zone to the Burke County 15-yard line.
Unbelievable. Right on cue. He's the guy I was going to talk about first. Jarris Sinkfield. He has only touched the ball coming into this game, John, 66 times, but he has 1,177 yards and 16 touchdowns.
Say that again.
Yeah. 66 touches, almost 1,200 yards and 16 touchdowns. He averages 18 yards every time he touches the ball. That's on rushing, receiving, kick returns, punt returns, and interceptions. And how about this, John? He scores every 4th time he touches the ball for the season. That is insane.
And it's 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line of Burke County.
Well, that was 73 yards, so that will put him at 1,250 yards on 67 touches for the year. Unreal.
And the start that Michael Youngblood and this Thompson offense wanted. And on 1st down, it is a touchdown. Wow, what a start for Thompson. Trey Jeffrey into the end zone for the 16th time.
Well, I had 2 players highlighted, Sinkfield and Jeffrey. Jeffrey, in the last 6 games, when this team has got rolling, he's got over 900 yards and 15 touchdowns. That is his 56th career rushing touchdown and his 58th touchdown overall. He is headed to Kent State next year, and he is a player. He will go over 1,000 yards tonight, barring something crazy happening.
You mean crazy like the last 2 plays?
Yeah. Well, you know, they were 0-2 to start the season, and everybody in Thompson was up in arms, and Coach Youngblood had to say, calm down, we're going to be fine. We were without 2 of our top guys. We get them back, we'll be okay.
Samuel Anderson with the point after. And now we catch our breath. It is 7-0. And so, you know, AB, we talked about how most head coaches, especially offensive coordinators, have scripted plays, first 10, 15, whatever it is. We up here in the booth have, you know, our scripted, you know, first 5-10 minutes of the broadcast. All that's out the window.
All that's gone.
All that's gone.
I'm bad about talking about all of it at the beginning anyway. Now I had an excuse.
Wow.
Unreal.
What a start for Thompson. Now the question for Franklin Stevens and this Burke County team, how do you answer?
Well, if you've got a coach that can do it, it's Franklin Stevens, one of the most experienced and one of the most respected coaches in the state, been at a lot of great programs. And, you know, it's interesting because a lot of times coming into this game, Thompson seems like maybe the most talented, but Burke County's been making big plays. In this one, Burke County might have been the better, but Thompson is on a roll. They're playing with a ton of confidence, and you can see from that start.
So it's Thompson offense averaging 42 per game. Guess what? Burke County also averaging 42 per game. We could be in for a shootout tonight.
Now, Jarris Sinkfield is the dangerous lightning return guy for Thompson. The guy for Burke County is Kelvon Scott, and they're not even going to take a chance.
Oh, goodness.
Kick it to him.
Oh, and things might be going from bad to worse for Burke County. Let's see which way the official points. Okay, looks like the Bears got back on it. By the way, real quick, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room here, so to speak. If you look at the Burke County team, they all wear the Guardian caps. That is a new thing that the teams can wear this year. We've seen some players, individual players on teams, wear it this year on Game Night Live. Burke County is the first team that we've seen every player wear it. There's a reason for that. And we will have an in-depth story on that coming up for you at halftime.
Well,
but the long story short is it's to increase player safety.
Of course. We just need to get the logos on the side of them now.
I'm sure that's coming. Some enterprising entrepreneur out there is working on it as we speak.
Well, we mentioned Thompson with Trey Jeffrey, their bell cow running back. Amir Williams is that guy for Burke County. He also should go over 1,000 yards tonight. He's also had a monster career. These two guys have been outstanding starters for the last 3 years, and Amir Williams is the guy that Thompson's focused on. Kelvin Scott's the big guy, but the guy who's going to carry the load the most is going to be Williams.
Yeah, he picked up 7, so he's at 992, and
well, we've had great individual running backs.
AB. It was Florney on the second down carry.
You know, we've had great individual guys, Javon Edwards and different players, but I don't know that we've had a better combo of running backs with Amir Williams and Trey Jeffrey. The two coming into tonight combined career touchdowns, 103. That is remarkable.
On 1st and 10 from the 39. Throwing, completing, first down into Thompson territory. And here come the Bears at the 39-yard line.
And I think that was Amir.
It was Amir Williams on the catch.
Well, the one thing, if Mike Youngblood sounded worried about anything in our conversation last night about this game, he says that Burke County uses the wing T and that their version of the spread out of it to get their receivers wide open for Sean Vandiver, their quarterback. He said when they watch film, the receiver just running free game after game, that was a concern for him coming into tonight.
And another big gain on first down. Boy, they're just biting it off in big chunks. And if you look at these two offenses, Thompson averages 9 yards a carry. Doesn't matter who carries the ball. 9 yards a carry as a team. Burke County, 9.7 yards per carry as a team.
Yeah, like I said, these are two of the best year in and year out. It's only fitting we would end Game Night Live's 2024 campaign right here in Waynesboro with these two playing for a region title.
2nd and 3 from the Thompson 34. Throwing, completing, first down, out of bounds at the 23. First down, Burke County.
Yeah, Burke County's only blemish on their record was to BC Benedictine out of Benedictine Academy out of Savannah. Thompson, they were playing banged up early in the year without Trey Jeffrey, without Jordan Jones, their two best players probably, certainly their two biggest recruits. And they lost 2 games to start the season. But since then, they've been on a run since getting Jeffrey back in the fold. He has been outstanding, and the team is really playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Will Joyner, sophomore receiver, on the first down catch for Burke County. And 1st and 10 at the 25. And again, Williams inching closer to that 1,000-yard mark, up to the 20, pick up a 5.
Yeah, actually, that, I think, puts him over 1,000. He came into the game.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, he came into the game with 985 yards on just 79 carries, 18 rushing touchdowns, also a couple of receiving touchdowns. And for his career, 46 TDs, 43 on the ground, 3 through the air. He's had a great career, 3-year starter at tailback for Burke County.
Picked up 4 on first down, 2nd and 6. And the first flag of the night will go against the Bears.
Yeah, false start, Nathan pointing out.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
Maybe some would ask why keep playing that Benedictine team? But that's almost become its own little rivalry for Burke County.
And Burke's played them tough. Benedictine's one of the powerhouses in Georgia over the last decade or so, and they've had some good matchups. Even this year, Burke tried to hang in there with them for a while. Benedictine's a very good squad.
Nathan Edwards, our statistician. And it's Williams again, looking for the first down marker at the 16-yard line, just short, I believe. But so far, AB, this has been a solid answer to that start for Thompson.
Yeah, sometimes that can break a team sometimes, a start like that by your opponent. But as I said, Franklin Stevens has been in more wars than most. He's not going to be happy it happened, but he's going to be able to settle his team down, and obviously he's been able to do that.
3rd and 2.
Timeout, Burke County.
Yeah, timeout Bears. Franklin Stevens will take his first timeout. We'll take our first timeout with 7:47 left in the first. Third and 2 for Burke County at the Thompson 20, or excuse me, the Thompson 17-yard line as the Bears try to answer that opening salvo from the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Thompson only one offensive play, but they lead 7-0.
One offensive play. That's efficient.
Yeah.
And the Bears, let's see where they spot it. The official is right
Oh,
on
it's
the
gonna be
line.
Really close, yeah.
I think it's going to be just enough.
Yeah, and that was Flournoy on the carry.
They're going to say first down Burke County. Good call, Nathan. At the 15-yard line. So that is the 10th play on this drive for Burke County after the one-play drive from Thompson.
This Thompson defense, led by big number 56, Jordan Jones. He's the player that was out early in the season with injury along with Jeffrey. He's got offers from a number of colleges, including App State, Georgia Southern.
A little trickeration, and it's going to end up in the arms of Williams, and not much.
Yeah,
Thompson wasn't fooled there.
Yeah, Jordan Jones, the player, aforementioned player, was right there, big number 56. You see him there in the center of your screen. Little counter play, and Thompson not fooled. Look, these two teams have seen everything they can throw at each other because they, again, they know each other very, very well. They play each other every year. They're in the same region now again, and they were previously, although there was a few years in there where they were not. So they know each other inside out.
Well, Michael Youngblood told us this week, because this game was delayed, they had prepared for this game to happen on October the 4th.
Yeah.
And that's going to be about 3 yards shy. It's going to bring up 3rd and I'd say 3. But he said that they had been preparing for this game, and then, of course, they kind of had to press the pause button, as all of us did with Hurricane Helene. And then they had to go back and prepare for other teams. But in the back of their minds, because of that preparation, they always had this game sort of on the horizon, let's say.
Well, and I think both coaches would agree, they don't play in a difficult region. This is their big game. Laney can provide a test, but for the most part, they should win their other games. And Thompson was taking advantage of that. Wow. For instance, Josie.
83 to nothing.
83 to nothing. And, they've dominated, but these two teams would be doing damage in any region. They just happen to be in one with a little bit weaker opponents aside from one another.
3rd and 4 for the Bears at the 9-yard line. And again, it's going to be close. And again, I think they got it. And it should be 1st and goal, Burke County.
Well, one of the keys to the game for Burke, long sustained drives to keep Thompson off the field. I mean, it doesn't matter when you give the touchdown on one play, but seriously, for the game, I think this is the right game plan for them. Try to wear down the defense with those long drives. And right now it's working to perfection as they have it 1st and goal.
A Hawk Law Group first down for the Bears.
Play 12 of the drive coming.
Yeah, let's see if they can top I doubt they're going to top the 19-play drive we saw last week from
Batesburg-Leesville. Wow. It's Williams. It's a touchdown. And Burke County responds.
Well, we said they mirror one another. Thompson's bell cow running back, Jeffrey, had a touchdown. Burke County's bell cow running back, Amir Williams, with a touchdown.
His 19th of the season. And we're an extra point away from starting all over here in Waynesboro.
And that is an answer right there. That's an answer from a good football team is what that is.
Will Lovett to attempt the point after. And we're all square, as they would say in golf.
5 minutes and 47 seconds remaining.
Well, while we got a moment, let's tell you about our friends at McDonald's. They offer flexible hours, above average pay, and other great benefits. It's America's best first job, as 1 in 8 Americans has worked at a McDonald's. Learn more about potential opportunities at your local restaurant, McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Including both candidates in the presidential election.
That's true. Yeah. One did it when they were 17. One did it they were 77 or 78.
Yeah, that was a 12-play, 77-yard drive. It took just under 6 minutes.
Wow. So not quite the 9 minutes that Batesburg-Leesville took off the clock last week. I don't think we'll ever see that again on Game Night Live.
Yeah, our area has the best matchup maybe in Georgia and certainly one in South Carolina, because tonight Batesburg-Leesville playing at Strom-Thurmond. That's another great game going on in the area.
Well, this is interesting. Little squib kick. Sink field. And unlike the opening kickoff, he is bottled up and backed up.
And they're going to get a flag for it. I believe that is going to be unsportsmanlike, but let's see. That is definitely what Trey Jeffrey thought. There was something Burke County did a little egregious there.
We'll check the call.
So we're going to go. Incidental face mask, kicking team. 5 yards will be added to the end of the run. First down.
So the ball will be at the 25-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will start their second drive of the game. So that'll bring us to our coaches matchup. This is an interesting coaches matchup, by the way. You look on the left side, Coach Franklin Stevens of Burke County. 176, 48-1 in his 18th season overall as the first down play goes for another first down up to the 36-yard line. He is 16-4 at Thompson, at Burke County, I should say, in his second season. He has won 2 state championships, 08 and 11, both with, he was the head coach at Tucker, 9 region championships. Then you look on the other side, Michael Youngblood, 72-34 in his 9th season as a head coach, 62-22 though at Thompson in his 7th season in T-Town. 3 straight region champs, of course, the 2022 state champions. Here's the most interesting thing, I think. This is the second week in a row as the carry goes up to the 40 on first down, bring up 2nd and 8. The most interesting thing, I think, again, we keep talking about that game we had last week. Second week in a row, we've had 2 coaches who graduated from the same high school. In this case, both are Burke County grads.
Yep.
And they both played college football at Georgia Southern.
Both were All-Americans at Georgia Southern.
Franklin Stevens and Michael Youngblood.
Well, my Franklin Stevens stat that I found amazing, though, in his career, 18 years as a head coach, he's 102 wins and 18 losses in region competition.
Wow. Oh, what a tackle. Very well done, Dontavius Bonner.
Yeah, that was a big play because he just right there. A little talking going on between the two teams already.
No, between these two? I don't believe it. All right, it's a big third down here for both teams.
Yeah, the catch that time for Thompson was made by number 31, Jaquan Finley.
From the Thompson 43, line to gain is the 48-yard line.
Markevian Jones, the junior quarterback, his first year as a starter.
Needs help. I don't know if it hit the ground or not. They're saying no. They're saying complete. And it's sink field for a first down.
From up here,
wow.
It looked like it hit the ground.
Yeah.
But Sinkfield never paused, and they counted as a catch.
All right.
Let's see the replay, because it looked like from up here that it hit the ground.
He kind of shock-putted it to him.
Yeah, he didn't really throw it.
Ooh.
Hey, that was a good play by. Here you go. Let's see. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. He might have a catch.
Work.
Yeah, really good job by our crew there.
What's even crazier is Sinkfield's already over 100 all-purpose yards, and we got 3:30 to go in the first quarter.
Okay, our McDonald's players of the game, the camera crew, and the squeegee guy.
And the squeegee. We'll get to the squeegee guy in a moment.
What a play, though, by
Sinkfield. And you're right. He never paused. He knew he caught it. And with the play clock winds down to 0, let's see who called that timeout. Thompson takes its first timeout with 3:09 left to play in the first quarter. So let's talk about squeegee guys, shall we?
Let's do it.
So it's a balmy early, I'd say, what are we, we're mid-November now?
We're 22 degrees, according to WJBF, we're 22 degrees above the average temperature this time of year.
Yeah, it's warm.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. And so because it's warm, it's a little humid here in Waynesboro, and our wonderful press box. Okay, that's the view we have. And we have a wonderful view here, and this is not, again, Burke County rolls out the red carpet for us. We had Border Bowl here. It's fantastic. And to that point, that little glass you see in front of you gets a little foggy sometimes, and we can't see what's going on. There's a guy sitting in the front, or the row in front of us, who just every now and then breaks out a squeegee. This guy. See the guy in the bottom, in the white hat? There he goes. He's looking to the right with the
center of the screen.
Yep, center of the screen. All right, so that guy just every now and then jumps up with a squeegee and wipes the window off for us. And then he came into the booth and he turned some fans around and the air conditioner around to make sure that the air was flowing the way it's supposed to flow. And we can see now.
They do it right here.
They do it right. I mean, that's unbelievable. So we appreciate you, Burke County, and
the least we could do is find his name out so we don't call him Squeegee Guy the rest of the night.
AB's already tried to hire him to come clean the windows at his house.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But it is way too warm for November. I'm just going to say that.
I got news for you. Rebecca Brown ain't squeegeeing windows for me at home. That ain't happening.
Last night of the regular season, you never know what you're going to see on Game Night Live. 2nd and 4. And Jeffrey piles ahead to the 20 or the 34-yard line.
Well, he is headed to play in the MAC next year at Kent State, and I know you guys saw this week. What a statement game from Telly Johnson, former Border Bowl participant, freshman playing at Northern Illinois in the MAC. He only had 6 carries all year, John. He got in a game on national television because of an injury on Thursday night, and all he did was rush for 141 yards and 2 touchdowns to lead his team to a 42-28 win.
You can talk about a lot of stuff that's wrong with college football, with NIL and transfer portal. Well, how awesome is the kid can go to a small school, prove themselves, and then they can get an opportunity at the big schools.
We might be talking about him playing on Sundays one day, but, man, he looked the part Thursday night or last night. Yeah, for sure.
By the way, Zay Brinson comes in at quarterback for Thompson and rushes straight ahead.
Yeah, Zay Brinson is a really good athlete. Matter of fact, when Jeffrey was out with injury early in the year, it was Sinkfield and Brinson that were sort of carrying the Thompson offense.
Picks up 6.
He kind of is their replacement to Jordan Lane that was so good the last couple of years as that receiver. So they like to throw it to him in addition to Sinkfield.
One thing you don't have to worry about, Thompson's going to have a great running back every year.
Yes, they are.
Brinson again. He'll pick up the first down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, we've been hearing about Jeffrey, since he was in 7th grade. He made a national all-star game. He got to play for Team USA, and he's been talked about for quite some time. There you see him, number 26. And you see the legs. The guy looks like a shorter version of Saquon Barkley with those big, thick thighs, and he has made a career out of running over people. 3,600 yards for his career coming into tonight.
So you're calling a backwards hurdle tonight? Is that what you're calling?
I don't know that we'll see a backwards hurdle. He's a little shorter, but
whoa! Ball's on the turf, and running for his. Oh my goodness! Sinkfield making something out of nothing inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 15.
Well, I used to say about their star player that led them to the championship a couple of years ago, John Tavis Curry, that he was lightning in a bottle. He could score anytime he touched it. Sinkfield is the same way. He might not be quite as good as Curry, but he can score anytime he touches the football, even on a fumble. I mean, that guy is just lightning in a bottle. And, Coach Youngblood, who doesn't give out a ton of superlatives, he said that he thinks he's the most electric player in the area.
That could have been 2nd and 13. It is 2nd and 3.
And as good as Curry was, no disrespect, but he wasn't playing defense.
That's true.
Jones back in at QB. He puts the ball on the turf, and this time the Bears have it.
Well, that is a big mistake by Jones, carrying the ball one-handed.
Dexter Bynes comes out with it for Burke County.
Yeah, the sophomore linebacker. But you'll see he's carrying the ball down by his side. Watch, John, as he runs. And, yeah, just got hit. Yeah, carrying it. And it got hit by, if I can see the number there, I think that was.
I think Christian Evans was the guy who stripped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to see these blue, the dark blue numbers on the black jerseys are difficult.
Well, great play there. Was it Christian Davis? Was it Christian Davis? Or was it Evans? There's a Christian Davis.
We'll try to get a number. It's either 20 or 50.
Well, it was a big play because it sets up Burke County with the football, and it's the first turnover of the night.
Note to high schools everywhere, make your numbers easy to read.
Good run up the middle there, and I don't think
first down on first down.
Yeah, that wasn't Amir Williams. That was number 6. That is Cordarius Free, a junior.
He has 3 rushing touchdowns this year.
You won't find very many coaches that have been at the number of quality programs that Franklin Stevens has been at. Now, he built Tucker into a quality program, but he's been at Ware County, Lamar County, McEachern, and now here at Burke County. He's coached at some really good football programs.
Well, after 1 quarter of play, we're pretty much where we thought we'd be. All even, 7-7. And start of quarter number 2 of play here in Waynesboro. All knotted at 7. And it's 1st and 10 for the Bears. And it's going to be 2nd and about 8.
Yeah,
flag does come across from the far side of the field.
Yeah, Quay Cummings trying to pick up the running back. He's a monster, big lineman. He's been a starter since he was a freshman. Burke County trying to take advantage of the first turnover of the game on this drive. You'll watch here at the end of the play. 76, Quay Cummings picks him up and just carries him for a couple of yards.
Well, we saw the Aquinas-Harlem game earlier this year when you can carry somebody to a first down if you want.
That's true. We saw it. Man, talk about Aquinas. Somebody heating up is, man, Jack Rhodes.
41, we're going to the
last 3 games is over. He's got 540 yards receiving in the last 3 games alone.
And the crazy thing is we did the Harlem game and he got hurt.
Yeah.
And he's almost been better since he got hurt.
He's been better. I was thinking he had no chance to have the kind of season he had last year, and he's right back on that pace now.
Because I was wondering if he had something wrong with him we just didn't know about.
Yeah.
Walk below the waist. Offense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
That's a big penalty there.
Blocked below the waist on the Bears. It's a Burke County offense that runs at 69% of the time, and we mentioned earlier, average 231 rushing yards per game. That's almost a first down per carry.
They lull you to sleep with those runs in this wing T, and then all of a sudden they spread. And like Coach Youngblood said, those receivers just run scot-free. And Vandiver, like he had a game earlier this year, I think it was their last game, he was 7 for 8. But on those 7 completions, he had 244 yards.
1st and 25 from the 25. And not a lot on first.
Yeah, you're going to get about 4.
On the carry, number 6, Free.
We'll call it 2nd and 21.
I like that. One of the linemen trying to coach the young running back. That was number 72, Vontae Gross, the senior lineman. Coach Youngblood, these seniors have a chance to do something that hasn't happened in a long time in Thompson. That's win 4 straight region championships.
That is complete. That is a first down and much more. It's Williams down the sidelines. Can he win the foot race? Pylon. No signal yet. They'll say he's out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
What a huge play. Usually it's Scott, the big play guy in the passing game, but here they hit Williams on a short pass, and he made it count.
I've got it at 65, Nathan. What do you got?
So the stars between Amir Williams, Jared Sinkfield, and Trey Jeffrey, they're showing up tonight.
Spot on.
And first and goal at the 4-yard line. Wow, you mean my University of Georgia math, all that money my parents paid? Paid off.
Burke County with a big play there. They had the penalty that backed them up.
So you know where I'm going. Well, never mind. Flag comes in.
Well, they had the
Snap.
penalty that backed them up.
Encroachment, defense. Half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
So, I mean, they got 4 yards on first down, so it was 2nd and 21 when they complete that pass.
Well, you could make the argument after that explosive start by Thompson, it's been all Burke County.
Yeah, and really they've kept the Thompson offense off the field for the most part with those long drives and
pushing ahead into the end zone.
At the end of the play, one of the Thompson players dove on top of the pile there. But they're going to say he was short. I thought he got in. That was Vandiver, the quarterback.
The second and goal from inside the 1.
On the carry, number 8, Vandiver.
And it was Vandiver on the carry.
Brings up second and goal.
We haven't talked a lot about Vandiver, but he's now up over 1,300 yards passing this year, 13 touchdowns.
Well, he's improved dramatically from the first time we saw him his first year as a starter. Last year, there you saw the end of the play. That was Thompson's number 4, Kennedy Bailey. But from the time we saw him in his first start as a sophomore to now, he's come so far. And they had a lot of confidence in him last year. He got better and better as the year went on. And he does what Franklin Stevens needs him to do. He's not asking him to go out and win games. Run the offense, and when we need to hit a big pass. He's been able to do it.
We have a timeout on the field. Who called it, Nathan?
Can you get the QBs in for
That's
the
a
first quarter?
great idea.
So Jones for Thompson was 3 of 3 for 28 yards, and Vandiver was 3 of 3 for 33 yards. Not many quarters we've had no incompletions.
Yeah. Since then, though, Jones has a fumble now, and of course the long pass on that screen, putting Vandiver up near 100 yards.
Okay, so AB, you talked about this region. Let's take a look at the standings as they currently exist going into tonight. And obviously, this is a region championship game. These are their region records. Burke County and Thompson, both 4-0 in Region 4AA. Laney, 2-2, they're in. And then you have Butler and Glen Hills playing each other tonight.
Yeah.
And so Butler could possibly get into the playoffs for the first time since 2017. If Glen Hills wins that game, they could get in for the first time since 2016. And it's been a rough go of it for Josie this year. That is a program that's in a rebuilding mode. But that Butler-Glen Hills game takes on some, you talked about it, it gets a little weaker as you go after Burke County Thompson. But Butler and Glen Hills means something tonight.
Well, it means something. And, for people forget, for years and years and years, as I was growing up as a kid, Butler and Glen Hills shared a stadium.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a rivalry game. I think Butler's the better of the two teams. I think they probably get the win tonight, but the fact that Glen Hills has a chance to make the playoffs pretty crazy because they were struggling mightily early in the year.
Well, both of these teams safely into the playoffs. It's just a matter of who's the 1 seed and who's the 2 seed, and that's going to be decided here in the next 2 quarters and change. Is it Vandiver again?
Oh,
Thompson. Well, they're saying touchdown.
Thompson thought they stopped him, but the officials see otherwise.
Was it Vandiver?
It was Vandiver on the quarterback keeper.
And it would be his 6th rushing touchdown of the season.
Yeah, both these teams, we're talking about playoffs, both will be at home for the opening round.
And boy, you talk about 2 great home atmospheres in the playoffs, no matter who wins this game. So Burke County, after getting, what did Mike Tyson said? Everybody's got a plan till they get punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
Well, Burke County got punched in the mouth, and they came right back in a chance to take a 14-7 lead here. they do.
And the kick is good. 9 minutes, 8 seconds.
So with 9:08 left to play in the first half, Burke County 14, Thompson 7.
So Region 3.
The beautiful Burke County Courthouse in downtown Waynesboro. Burke County created on February 5th, way back in 1777, one of the 8 original Georgia counties. That's about a mile west of us, I would say, here. But nobody downtown tonight, as everybody is here rooting on their Bears. It is a packed house at the Bear Den.
Well, this stadium too, man. They get here early.
There was tailgating.
They were tailgating, and even the visitors that come in, seem to get here early because usually Burke County, it's a big game. So, especially when Thompson comes to town, the crowd to get in here.
Look at that.
Every year is crazy.
Yeah. Best tailgating scenes in high school area, I would put Burke County, Saluda we saw last week. Aquinas tailgates really well.
Yeah.
Not something you think about all the time in high school football.
No, there's a reason we chose Burke County to host Border Bowl this past January.
Batesburg-Leesville Strom-Thurmond game looks like it's a good one as well. They're scoreless late in the first half.
And so as Thompson returns this kickoff, and here we go again.
Wow.
Goodness gracious.
At this point, just kick it out of bounds.
I mean, Sinkfield, every time he touches the ball, AB, like you said, does something magical.
He is special. He is special. And like I said, for a person, a player to touch the ball 66 times and average 18 yards per touch and score a touchdown 24% of the time, that is astounding. And he's done it every way possible: rushing, receiving, kick returns, punt returns, and interception returns.
So Thompson now in great field position at the 36-yard line of Burke County. Quickly to go back to that Batesburg-Leesville Strom-Thurmond game.
Yeah.
So because of the results of Game Night Live last week, that is an interesting outcome because if Batesburg-Leesville wins that game and it's Jeffrey on first down and close to another first down pushed out at the 26-yard line. But if Batesburg-Leesville wins that game, they're the outright region champions there. If they lose that game, it creates a 3-way tie in that region. We believe Batesburg would still win by virtue of points given up against region opponents, but certainly something to keep an eye on. And Football Friday night, keeping an eye on all of it for you. Gianna Cephalou and Graham Lee and Mike O'Neill. Producer Damon Putzier will have all of it for you at 11:35 over on WJBF News Channel 6. But we got business to tend to here. 1st and 10 for the Dogs, and it's Jeffrey inside the red zone. Watch the flag. He is down at the 5, but there is a flag way back at the 25, and I would imagine this is coming back.
What a run. Kind of bouncing and dancing like LaShawn McCoy there. What a run.
Holding.
It's a shame that's coming back.
Offense.
Because he was breaking tackles. Obviously, there was a hole they saw, but, man, still a great effort by Jeffrey. Mentioned Jeffrey is a commit to Kent State. We've got a couple of guys from the area going there. Buddy Roguerre from Evans is also committed to Kent State.
And here's the call.
Offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay 1.
So, one of my favorite things about what they call Maction, those Tuesday, Wednesday, Mid-Atlantic Conference games, is being able to see a lot of our local players go to the Miami Ohios and Kent States, and being able to see them play on national television is really cool.
Who's the best player to come out of Kent State?
Oh, boy.
Best coach is Nick Saban.
Well, clearly.
But who's the best player?
Jeffrey on 1st and 15. Going to make her 2nd and about 2. I'm the one that asked the trivia questions.
The answer to that question is Jack Lambert.
Oh, well, okay.
I'm a Steeler guy, but that's a no-brainer.
Yeah. This is a little bit before my time.
Yeah.
So big pickup by Jeffrey on 1st down.
Nathan John just called me old without calling me old.
little passive-aggressive, wasn't it?
The shoe fits.
Jeffrey with the first down inside the 15.
If the shoe fits, try to see if you can get down there and tie it.
if the platform shoe fits and the compression socks.
Yeah.
I saw who took the elevator.
Oh, man. You guys are the best. Well, yeah, that's one thing, Nathan. If we have a field that's got an elevator to the press box, I'm taking the elevator.
But again, that goes back to this facility.
I know.
How many high school football stadiums have an elevator? And, you know.
Well, I've petitioned for all of them, but right now we've got 2.
Jeffrey again, this time knocked down at the 15 or the 11-yard line. Yeah, this facility here is unbelievable. You see at the top of your screen that brick building, that's the field house here, and just an unbelievable facility. They have a basketball practice facility in there, a huge weight room that could rival this entire facility.
Their weight room rivals a college weight room.
Could rival
for sure.
any small colleges, and really this entire campus looks like a college campus, and it always has.
Yeah.
And the athletic facilities have caught up to that as well. There you see just part of that facility. As Jeffrey fights his way, he's close to the goal line.
I think he was on top of the Burke County player as he rolled in.
Rolled
They're going to
over.
call him down.
They'll say down at the 1-yard line.
You know, while we're talking about all this, I've got to mention a lot of Burke County's always had support and all that. But when Eric Parker got here, this program was not what it is right now. He came over from Laney, and he turned this program back into what it was in a traditional power. And, of course, he stepped down, you know, a year ago, and Franklin Stevens took over. But got to give him a lot of credit for where this program's at right now.
Jeffrey, no signal.
And
they're going to say
they're upset.
2nd and goal at the 1.
Thompson thought it was a touchdown. Jeffrey already has 1 score on the night, 16 touchdowns on the season, and that's in really, this is his 7th game. He played a few, about a quarter and a half in the Evans game, playing hurt, trying to play in the opening week. Then they sat him down for 3 weeks. And he's in
Jeffrey,
there
his 17th score of the season. And again, really in just 6 games.
Well, and again, we say how alike these two teams are. I mean, Jeffrey, 2 touchdowns tonight, 17 rushing touchdowns on the season. Williams now has 19 rushing touchdowns. As Thompson will try to even the score here with the extra point.
Samuel Amerson. Now 33 of 34 on PATs this year is Amerson. And we're tied again, 14-14 with 5:42 left to go in this half. Is this any fun?
This is absolutely what we thought it would be, man.
Yep, Coach Franklin definitely thinking here, AB and John. Use this whole 5:42, go down, get a score, get the kickoff in the second half, get up 2 possessions in this game.
No doubt. That was the key going into the game. Ball control, run the clock, long drives, keep Thompson and those dangerous runners off the field. And you're right, he's in a perfect situation to try and do that here if he can get a long drive, eat up some clock, get some points. Yeah, this is a big. You don't realize just looking at a 14-14 score how big this possession in these final 5:42 is in this game.
Well, Thompson lost its first 2 games of the year, and I think us included, everybody thought the sky was falling. Good return by Burke County. But, you know, he told us this week that he saw a lot of growth in those first 2 games. Yeah. And basically he said the way the team practiced in the week after that week 2 loss, he knew they were going to be just fine.
Yep.
And he said, you know, that the older players kind of challenged the younger players. And he had guys who were defensive starters going in on special teams in practice going, let me show you how this is done.
Yeah.
And you can tell it's made a difference.
Well, I mean, and it's tough when you're, you know, it's frustrating when you don't have your best players, and they were missing 2. But you do get a chance to see what guys can step up for you, what guys you know you can count on. And he was able to find that out a little bit in those 2 games.
From the 35 on first down, and a pickup of 6.
On the carry, number 4, Illinois.
You mentioned how close this rivalry has been in recent years. Last year, a 2-point game, 14-12. We got another tight one here, and I would be surprised if this one doesn't come down to a final possession. One name, though, that we haven't called out is Kelvon Scott, their big play guy, their version of Jarris Sinkfield for Burke County. You haven't called his name tonight.
2nd and 4 from the 41.
A lot of confusion for Burke County here.
And as such,
Flag on the play.
there's a flag.
Illegal substitution against the Bears.
Illegal substitution against Burke
Maximum
County.
5.
There's a look at Coach Stevens. He looks like he could still get out there and play.
I was going to say.
2nd and 9.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that guy old.
No.
No.
And he's literally about my age. And he looks like he could play, and y'all are ready to put me in the old folks home.
2nd and 9, and the ball gets away, and whistles blow again.
Flag
Ball
on the
start.
play.
Offense. 5-yard penalty.
Well, no matter his age, none of this is going to make Franklin Stevens very happy. There's a good look at the coach.
Yeah, there he is.
And what a hire he was for Burke County. When you have Eric Parker retiring, the legend here, led him to a state first and only state
You
championship.
go nab one of the best coaches in the state and get him to come home.
Yeah, and has, such Burke County connections as a player here. He's from Keysville and played here, assistant coach here. Now back to lead this team. And on 2nd and 14, not a whole lot. Good job by this Thompson defense.
Burke County got away with a shot in the back right there on the sideline.
Yeah, at the end, I was wondering if he got around his shoulder, not on that hit. It was close.
And Franklin Stevens has had success at the highest level of high school football in the state of Georgia, the 5As and the 6As. And they asked him, when he came back, at the time taking a 4A job, now a 2A job. And he just said, it's time to come home. His kids are grown, doesn't have to worry about moving them around. 3rd and 12. And Vandiver straight ahead.
Well, great play made that time by number 31 for Thompson, Jaquan Finley. It looked like that was going to be a big gainer on the quarterback draw, and Finley was able to get him from behind. Nice play.
So big 3rd and 12 here with 3:44 left in the first half.
Yeah, this is if they can get a stop here, good stand by the Thompson defense.
Check that, it is fourth down.
And 7,
All
yeah,
right,
fourth
and
and
7.
You got to figure out a way to not kick this ball to Sinkfield. This ball cannot be returnable.
So Sinkfield is standing at his 35-yard line.
Well,
This reminds me of the old Devin Hester days when he was at Miami.
Yeah, you just don't kick it to him. I mean, you just can't. Kick it out of, angle it out of bounds, something.
And that is well, not exactly sure that was the plan, but either way, it's not in the hands of Sinkfield.
You know what?
I've never seen that before.
You know what? It wasn't a great punt, but you know what?
It's not.
They might be better off than
Right.
Sinkfield get it the way
I've
he's been
never
running.
seen a punt where both teams had no idea where that football was.
So 3:08 to go here in this first half. And coaching them up is Franklin Stevens.
Yeah, he was not happy there. And look, you're trying to – that's not your normal thing, but you've got to – that's something you got to work on, angling it away from this guy. And I'm sure they talked about it before this game, because that right there, number 2, running right at you, that he is super dangerous.
So I was listening on WGAC last night after the Thursday night huddle with AB. And, of course, it goes right into whatever the heck they call the Kirby thing, Kirby Smart Show now.
The Bulldog Hotline.
Whatever it's become. It's
Yeah.
not what it used to be.
Yeah.
But anyway. But I was listening to it, and somebody did ask an actual decent question. and they said, what are the two stats you look at halftime and at the end of the game on the stats
That's
sheet?
a great question.
It was a good question. And he said, number one, he said turnovers, but he's like, I got turnovers in my head. I don't have to look at that.
Yeah.
He said third down conversions was number one. But number two, punting. How they flip the field.
Yep.
I thought that was interesting.
Well, you're right, the third down conversions, because last week that was the key to Batesburg-Leesville taking over that game. Remember, that was a 7-point game late in the first half. And with that long 19-play drive kind of turned the game around.
Jones running for his life, still on his feet, had all kinds of time, but still has to get great coverage by this Burke County defense downfield. And that's going to bring up third down with 2:22 to go. So Burke County in position after we talked about not kicking it to Sinkfield.
Yeah.
Burke County with a chance to get the ball back here. 2 timeouts left for each team.
Yeah, if you're Burke County, it's huge defensive play. Try to get a stop here and get the ball back.
Jones under pressure. Escapes again. Jones. He'll be about 2 yards shy.
Man, I know you don't want your quarterback getting hurt, but you'd love for him to have known how close he was there and try to get those extra couple of yards.
I think if he's on the other side of the field and can see where that marker is, it might have made a difference.
He did a great job eluding this. I thought he was going to get tackled there.
This is an interesting decision here. You've got just over 2 minutes left, and you give Burke County a short field.
Yeah.
If you don't get this.
Going forward on 4th and 3. Line to gain is the 42, and before we do that, there's going to be a timeout Burke County with 2:12 left to play in what has been an entertaining first half here in Waynesboro.
All right, I kind of know what he's saying in this huddle. Don't move. Don't jump off sides. You got it's tough because we were talking about earlier there was a game this season where, the Evans game against Greenbrier, where they came in and went for it on a 4th down, where we were saying you don't want your guys to jump, but, if they do a quick count on you, they get a little bit of an advantage running the ball. So you got to be ready, but you can't jump off sides. It makes it tough on a defender on this play.
All right, Coach, so what do you got in 4th and 3?
Well, if you're Thompson, I don't know how you don't give it to Jeffrey. I mean, you haven't had a lot of success throwing the football. You've had a little bit. I think you give it to Jeffrey here. That is your strength. If he can't get you 2 or 3 yards, they could just be trying to draw him off sides. But I think coming out of the timeout, that's the likelihood of that happening is not great.
I am 100%.
I personally would be punting this probably.
I'm 100% going for it, and I'm giving it to Jeffrey.
Yeah.
That was my only thought because Burke County is not really a quick strike offense.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I like Coach Youngblood wants to be aggressive in this game.
I love, though, how the game has evolved. Back years ago, high school, college, and pro, I mean, this is a 100% kick. Now coaches are going for it. They're evaluating the math to where it makes sense to go for it. I love the gamble and the chances more coaches are taking. Didn't pay off last night for Cincinnati on the 2-point conversion, but I love that.
But there were 2 penalties that should have been called as well.
That should have been called. You're right.
Yet again on a Thursday night.
No, I love them going for it.
Analytics. Like the craziest analytic one now is if you're down 2 touchdowns and you score, you go for 2 instead of kicking the extra point. Because you're trying to get 2 and then have a chance to win on the next touchdown.
And it's just like when you see teams that are down by 11 and have the ball, they go ahead and kick the field goal to save the time and then try to get the ball back and get the 8 points. It's a numbers game for sure.
So
do you try and get the ball in Jeffrey's hands, maybe not the conventional, maybe a little different way, a swing pass or something like that?
They just don't do that to him a lot. I mean, he doesn't have a ton of catches on the season. So I don't think you do something you don't normally do, not in this big a spot. I mean, for the season, I think Jeffrey has – I don't even know if I put his receiving yards down. He does have 2 receiving touchdowns in his career, but this year no receiving yards to really speak of.
It's okay. You've got time to write them down. This is world's longest timeout.
What about Sinkfield and some jet motion?
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I think just the idea of moving him alerts the defense. I think if you put him in motion and still run Jeffrey, that helps you, So we were talking about Sinkfield's touchdowns earlier. 4 rushing, 7 receiving, 2 kick returns, 1 punt return, and 2 interception returns.
Yeah, John, if they give us another 30 minutes,
Here we go.
Avery
Here we
and I
go.
will figure
Squeegee
out
guy's
everything.
back at it.
Hold on.
Squeegee
hold
guy's
on.
back.
Hold on. Here we go.
Oh, what do we do? Do we show the?
Highlight. Is that- can
There we
that
go.
be-
There's Squeegee guy in
Can that
action.
be the Powerade play of the game?
It might be, depending on what happens. And unfortunately, we have to cut away from squeegee action to 4th and 3 from the 45-yard line.
Crowd getting into it, too.
Well, it's not going to be Jeffrey, and it's not going to be a first down either way. Burke County will take over at midfield.
They tried to use Jeffrey as the decoy to do what Nathan was talking about, dumping him in the flat. Burke County stayed home. They were not fooled.
There's a little bit of a tell there with a different quarterback, though.
Yeah.
So, after all that, now we said Burke County's not a quick strike offense. You don't really have to be that quick. It's 2:04. You got a timeout. Nope, never mind. They don't have a timeout left. JK.
Still 2:04 from midfield is definitely doable.
Well, now it's not midfield anymore. Now we might. Well, it's going to be midfield and then some. I think that's going to be a face mask.
Yeah. LaDain Williams, he knew it. He knew it as well. He was just trying to make a play, but he got the hand up near the face mask. And
Now, if this is the NFL, you can do that in the final 2 minutes.
I think only against Joe Burrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What a wild game that was last night.
Yeah.
Those Ravens. If you'd have told me Jamar Chase was going to have 264 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns, and Burrow was going to have 400 yards and 4 touchdown passes.
Well, you
I
told me
would've
to pick
not-
Florida Atlantic, so.
But I
Wind it or
also said the over in that game, and it went way over.
We'll discuss at halftime.
I love it. Florida
Meanwhile,
Atlantic did get vote raised.
yes, they did. Not much on first down. Oh, and the ball's out. Thompson thinks they have it. Now, was he down?
Well, Jones has it for Thompson. I know one thing, nobody's taking it from
They
him.
got him down.
Yeah.
Jordan Jones, the big
All
fella.
right, so it'll still be Burke County ball.
Boy, that would have been a disaster, but Thompson defense trying to keep Burke County off the scoreboard here. Go to the locker room tied up, or maybe get the ball and score themselves.
They're
Let's see.
huddling. There's only 140 left. They don't have any timeouts.
Oh, I don't know about that. That ball looked like it might have came out.
We have the benefit. They don't.
Yeah, for sure.
And now Burke County trying to strike. Vandiver dancing in the pocket. And not anymore. Down he goes. What a tackle made
That was
by
Burnett.
Rodrigo Burnett. Yeah.
Yeah, Burnett with the big play there.
He stayed home. And the clock continues to run. We're down close to a minute here. And again, Burke County, no timeouts.
Franklin Stevens is animated, to say the least, after that play. I think they are going to be content to let the clock run as much as they can here, it looks like.
Don't forget the Kimberly Clark halftime show coming your way.
Wow.
Scott Skadden on the sidelines for us tonight. He'll have some special guests. We'll have a visit to our host site, Burke County High School, as well as don't forget, we're going to have that story about the Guardian caps that you see Burke County wearing. But first, 34 seconds left to go on 3rd and 15.
Well, based on him letting the clock run, that made sense. Why would you throw the ball and take a chance for an incompletion? Now they can continue to let the clock run. And let's see. And that's it. I don't think
They're going to let it go. They're not going to let Will Lovett. Come on, let Will Lovett take a 56-yarder. No, that's not right.
Not too often you see a coach sit on the ball on the opponent's 45.
They didn't get a play off yet.
No, that'll do it. So that'll take us to the half.
At the end of the first half, Burke County Bears 14, Bulldogs 14.
So again, we were even through one half. We are even through, or one quarter, I should say. We are even through 2 quarters. 14-14. And Scott Skadden is standing by with the Burke County head coach, Franklin Stevens. Hey, Scott.
Thanks, John. Coach Stevens, what a great stop by your defense on that 4th and 2.
Yes, sir. It's a tremendous stop. We needed it. It was big. Very excited and proud of what our kids did then, but disappointed in what we did offensively when we got the ball.
I tell you what, your team just held strong after that initial kickoff return in the first down into the touchdown. You guys just turned it all the way around.
Well, we take pride in playing good football here, and we've been in that situation before. You have to learn from experience, and that happened to us last year with Benedict team. They kind of got away from us, so kids live and learn, and it's just one of those things. Get them to calm down. Let's go play some football. The opening series is not going to turn the game. At that point in time, Thompson had momentum, but I give our guys credit offensively. They went out and put together a very good drive and even the score up.
So what do you tell your team at halftime? You're going to get the ball back to start the second half. What do you tell them at the half?
Well, first thing I'm going to tell them is, mistakes. We've had some mistakes that cost us, whether it was a penalty, whether it was a formation alignment that we had. We can't play against the Bears and play against Thompson as well. So first thing we got to do is get rid of the penalty. Second thing we got to do is come out and we got to play football. We're going to try to run the football and then take our shots where we can take them, but then we got to protect the football. Overall, we just got to play hard, and then defensively we got to hold up. We've had too many miscues in special teams, so we got to go in and try to get something rectified in special teams. That seems to be the best thing going right now for the opposition. So we've got to slow them down on special teams, and then defense, we got to just keep playing hard. It's you got two juggernauts playing. They're throwing punches left and right, haymakers, and the last team standing, the one that doesn't flinch, is going to be the one that found a way to win this football game.
What a great game. Good luck in the second half, Coach. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you.
Time, Coach, and what a game we have through 2 quarters of play. 14 all between these two teams battling for a region championship. The Kimberly Clark halftime show is coming up next, including a special performance by the Burke County High School and Middle School bands. That's coming up, 14 all, as we go to the half.
All right, we're back for our halftime report. This is Scott Skadden with WJBF Sports, and I'm here with my friends Sheila, Honda, and Yashika from McDonald's. Did I get it right? Yeah, one for me. All right, Sheila, we're going to start with you. What is the one thing that you want people to know about your local McDonald's?
It's a very exciting and fun place to work. There's great chance of growth in the company.
Absolutely. I tell you what, there's. Now, do you have any students that go to Thompson that are at your McDonald's working with you?
Yes, there are.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Very good. Now, Shawanda, what's coming up that's going to be exciting? We know it's holiday time. What does that mean?
We have the new holiday pies coming.
Oh, my favorite part. Tell us about those.
They are custard pies, and it's a very creamy good pie.
I love those.
Yes.
Love the pies. And you can get them now?
Not yet. Next week sometime.
Next week. All right. You got to call me. All right. We got to let our viewers know where those custard pies are.
Yes.
Okay. Nishika, now, McDonald's has been a huge part of WJBF Sports for a number of years. What's your favorite part about McDonald's being a part of that program?
Well, I love how we're able to go out and watch our students be able to play on Friday nights. And we love how y'all honor to be able to do the awards and stuff. So that's very great how y'all sponsor that as well.
Well, we appreciate that. And like I said, McDonald's has been such a huge part of what we do. We couldn't do football Friday nights or game night lives without the help of our friendly McDonald's. And this is our final game of the season. What a game we have. What do you think?
Tight game, good game, good game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
These teams are just absolutely going at it. We just talked to their head coach, and he was just like, oh, my gosh, this place is going nuts. And his players, both teams are just playing their hearts out.
Yes, yes.
McDonald's, you're the best. All right, folks, thank you very much to our friends from McDonald's. And now we're going to send it to the Burke County Band. Let's hear the band. How about that Burke County band? Folks, we'll be right back with more of the Kimberly-Clark Halftime Show right after this. Hey, welcome back to the Kimberly-Clark Halftime Show. I'm here with Tracy Ide with LifeLink of Georgia. Tracy, tell us a little bit about LifeLink of Georgia.
Hey, it's so good to be here tonight on Friday Night Light with a football game. So LifeLink of Georgia is the organization that helps donor families live the legacy, give a legacy to others through organ and tissue donation for their families.
Why do you think it's so important for people to register as an organ donor?
There's a huge need for organ transplants. In the United States, over 100,000 people are waiting for a transplant. Here in Georgia, over 3,000 people are waiting.
Really?
One person can help up to 75 people have a better chance at life.
Now, how can one register to do that?
Easy. You can do it on your driver's license. You go get your driver's license or go to mystorycontinues.com. Takes you less than 5 seconds to do it.
Say that one more time.
mystorycontinues.com.
mystorycontinues.com. And Tracy, I was telling you just before this that my sister was actually an organ recipient, and your organization just truly touches my heart. So thank you for everything that you're doing.
You're welcome. And this is my son here. He's standing with me because his grandmother is a 2-time heart, 1-time kidney recipient. And he loves now that he gets to have a sugar because of someone's decision to say yes, he has a grandma that's still here.
How important is that to you?
Very important.
Okay, now you're going to have your grandmother around for the holidays. There's nothing better than that, right?
There's nothing better.
All right. Well, Tracy, thank you for your son and your family for being here. Fans, please register at mystorycontinues.com to register to be an organ donor. It's the best thing you can do, and it's so easy. Tracy, thank you so much. We'll be right back after this. Now we're going to take a look at a special package put together about Burke County High School.
Burke County High School is unique in a number of ways. I think the most unique thing about Burke County High School is its students. In my 30-plus years in education, these are the best students I've had the pleasure of working with. I've been bragging on our students for the longest, and certainly our faculty and staff is second to none. This year, we've been working on a theme, and our theme has been teaming, working as a team, and we feel at the end of the day, our goal is to move in one direction, all moving in that same direction so that our students can reap the ultimate benefit from our working together for them.
We were hired, this is our 15th year as instructional coaches here at Burke County High School. We were both teachers before we moved into this role. Our job is to support teachers in teaching students, trying new strategies, playing around with some of the research, and we work side by side with them. All we are is a support piece. We've spent the last 15 years building trust with our teachers, and so they know that they can come to us. We'll help them. It's about growing as an educator.
Helping to celebrate teacher success is, part of our job, like being a cheerleader for your teachers, but also which in turn impacts the student. When you go into those classrooms and you model, and then you go in and co-teach, and you watch that teacher go through and take a risk on something they haven't tried before, and they look at their results and they see that they've made a difference, that is very satisfying.
When I first started off, I was a math teacher, a regular ed math teacher, and I had the opportunity to be able to work with an awesome special ed co-teacher. And so after learning a little bit more about the special education department, I transitioned over to become a special education teacher. So I find my niche that I enjoy working with those students, because I do believe that every student has the capacity to be able to learn.
She's been a really great teacher to me, and I'm really happy to have her as a teacher. She's really helped me out throughout my time in school, and I'm just really happy to be her student. I'm really lucky to have her. I feel safe here.
The new teacher orientation, when Dr. Williams was giving her talk to the new teacher, she said something that really stuck with me. And she was talking about, what I want you to do is develop a relationship. That is what I see here at Burke County. And if I had to address what is unique from my perspective, is the relationship that we get to build with our students.
I call Burke County the hidden gem because here we try to make sure that we're always on a superior standard. That's one of our mottos here, is to set a superior standard. We have an acronym here because we're the pride of Burke County. So P, perseverance. R, respect. I, integrity. D, discipline. E, excellence. And we always say win every day. And we set a superior standard.
I do feel like we have some of the best kids. I'm just excited about what the future will look like. Again, it's a work in progress, but I believe in the next 2 to 3 years, Burke County will be ringing throughout the United States. I would say it's a great hidden gem. And then once all of the pieces come together, it's going to be very powerful that you're going to be able to see what our students are made of and what our staff is capable of.
Fans, welcome back to the Kimberly-Clark halftime show. I'm sure you've seen throughout the first half that Burke County is taking extra special measures to ensure player safety. This is the first full season the Bears are using special equipment called Guardian Caps, which were brought to the school thanks to head coach Franklin Stevens. And Graham Lee has a story about the Guardian Caps.
The caps are a synthetic blend of a shell that goes over the actual helmet. Going into his first season with the Bears last fall, Coach Stevens wanted to get the equipment to Burke County following success at his previous school.
We were having a lot of concussions, concussion-related symptoms, and the Guardian product that was out there, and I just decided, to give it a try. And immediately, you could see the effect of the Guardians, and that was concussions went down, and I thought our kids at that time became a little bit more physical.
The team bought the Guardian Caps in March 2023 at a total cost of $5,000. Last year, they were only allowed to use them during practice, but this year they've been able to use them during games.
We brought some more this year, and we have enough that every player has one, so we're using them at all times, and anything that we do that's going to be a contact situation.
Just 2 months ago, a 13-year-old from West Virginia and a 16-year-old from Alabama died due to head-related injuries on the football field. The athletic trainer for Burke County says bringing the caps to the school could be a way to prevent those tragedies from happening.
I definitely think in this most recent season we've had a much better success with keeping our kids healthy from a brain injury standpoint. There's never going to be anything foolproof that way until you take that contact out, but then you're just losing that sport that way, and that's not what we want to see.
We all have different resources that are available to us. Some of us have more than others, but at the same time, if you can protect them and give them confidence through that protection, I think it's well worth it.
In Waynesboro, Graham Lee, WJBF NewsChannel 6.
And fans, what a first half of action we had. We'll be back with a second half right after this. And we're with Michael Youngblood, head coach of Thompson. What an exciting first half. What did you say to your team at the half?
Well, we just got to relax. We made a couple of errors right there in the passing game on defense where we gave up a couple of big plays and let them get down there close to the end zone. And then we had a costly fumble right here going in where we just got to throw the ball away and give ourselves another play. So we just got to settle in a little bit. I'm proud of the kids, the way they played the first half, but we got to turn it up a notch and tighten up some loose ends. And then I feel like if we do that, we'll be fine.
All right, Michael, best of luck in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Last time.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. And 14-all as we get ready to start this second half of play. And Burke County will receive the second half kickoff after deferring. And this is one of many huge contests going on around the CSRA tonight with postseason implications. Again, these games weren't supposed to be happening tonight. These are mostly games that were postponed by the hurricane. So this is sort of a makeup week. And here's your high school scoreboard. And, boy, some surprises as we look at these games.
Well, I guess the ones that jump out at you, Gray Collegiate, North Augusta, Gray Collegiate's a great team. That's not a shock. North Augusta's been playing well, but them being down 17-10. Greenbrier, all over South Effingham, that sort of jumps off the board. 35-0. Glen Academy and Evans, we knew that was going to be a tough test for Evans to try and make the playoffs.
I do have to say Lake Oconee Academy has a runner at third with 2 outs.
Washington Wilkes
leading that one. Lakeside versus Statesboro. I don't know why it wasn't.
Lakeside that's a chance for Lakeside to go 9-1. They'll be at home for the playoffs. It looks like they should get the win. Newberry leading Silver Bluff 20-7 down at the bottom right of your screen. That is not that we don't have a score for Batesburg-Leesville Strom-Thurmond.
Wow.
That is their scoreless late in the third quarter. Strom-Thurmond, though, is knocking on the door in that one. That would be a mild upset.
But also create a little bit of chaos.
It would create some chaos in that
region
between Batesburg-Leesville, Strom-Thurmond, and Saluda. So that's a look at your scoreboard. Thanks to Nathan for gathering all the scores there.
And Glen Hills Butler, we do not have a score.
Yeah, and that's big because one of those teams is going to make the playoffs.
So both of these teams are already in the playoffs. The question is, who is going in as the number 1 seed, who is going in as the number 2 seed. Both teams will be at home a week from now. Speaking of the playoffs, private school playoffs are already underway and just a couple of miles away from us. Edmund Burke Academy is underway in the Georgia Independent Athletic Association playoffs as we speak. And we'll have all of that for you on Football Friday night at 11:35 over on WJBF News Channel 6.
He was talking about that Gray Collegiate. Don't be kind of fooled by the record. They're 0-9, but they had to forfeit 7 games.
Oh, yeah. Gray Collegiate's loaded. They're probably the most talented team in that region. As a matter of fact, 2 of their better players, their dad played at Silver Bluff and was a first-round draft pick of the Minnesota Vikings, Troy Williamson. So.
Heard you talking about that on the right before you told me to pick Florida Atlantic.
Yeah, and they grew up here. Troy was a local business owner here after he retired, and they ended up moving to Columbia.
Ooh, ball comes loose on the kickoff. And Burke County retains possession, so the Bears will have it. And remember, if you weren't with us to start this game, an explosive start for Thompson with a long kickoff return and a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage. And then Burke County answered, and we're all even since then.
Yeah, both Thompson touchdowns set up by long kick returns from Jarris Sinkfield, a 73-yarder and a 39-yarder. He's got 147 all-purpose yards. One other quick note on Gray Collegiate out of Columbia. Their head coach is D'Angelo Bryant, that was formerly at Silver Bluff. And the stats from the first half, the big thing that jumps out, again, because of those kickoffs, field position, starting field position, Thompson starting on the Burke County 45, Burke County starting on their own 33.
And we'll get you your QBs by the quarter for quarter number 2 after the first play from scrimmage for Burke County. And a pickup of about 5. Nathan.
Yeah, Jones in the first half was 3 of 4 for 28 yards, and Vandiver for Burke County was 4 of 4 for 98 yards. Not a lot of passing attempts, but a lot of completions.
Your QBs by the quarter brought to you every quarter of every game of Game Night Live by Culpeper Lumber, Ace Hardware. And we have 1 more left. No, 2 more left. We have third quarter and fourth quarter for this 2024 season. 2nd and 5.
That's a false start on the left tackle or tight end.
False start.
Well, that'll drive the coach nuts.
Offense.
Come out of the locker room.
5-yard penalty.
20 minutes to talk about it.
Well, again, in every sport, coaches talk about the first 5 minutes of the second half really setting the tone for the game, especially in a game that's going to be this tight. This first portion of this half is going to be vitally important.
2nd and 9 from the 33-yard line. And it's going to be, well, he's still on his feet. Look at this. Look at this push.
Wow.
And they're going to mark him up at the 41-yard line. And he could have been dropped for dead to rights at the line of scrimmage.
Well, he was proud of himself that he didn't go down there. Burke County running the ball there was Flournoy. Again, the player of all the stars we talked about pregame, all of them have had plays. The one that hasn't, Kelvon Scott. I keep going back to that. At some point, he's too talented not to get involved in the offense. He is their version of Jarris Sinkfield.
He is number 3 on your roster at home. This is a first down across midfield and into Thompson territory go the Bears. And again, it is Amari Williams, who didn't have a lot of big first half running the football, but a huge first half in total yards with his returns.
Yeah, well, he had the receiving yards too. All purpose, he had 119 yards, only 30 rushing, but those 30 helped him go over 1,000 on the season.
And came in with 985 and now well over the century mark, or the 1,000 mark. 1st and 10. And up to the 46-yard line.
Mentioning Scott, for the season, 35 carries, 459 yards, and 8 touchdowns, 20 catches for 503 yards and 6 touchdowns. He also has a kick return touchdown and an interception return, 16 TDs on only about 60 touches. So he is definitely their version of Jairus Singfield, but tonight he has been held in check. That was a key for Coach Youngblood to get those receivers from running free. And so far tonight, Thompson's been ready for it.
And haven't really mentioned his name.
Yeah.
Which is, like you said, surprising. On 2nd and 7. Vandiver twisting, turning inside the 30 to the 26-yard line, and another first down for the Bears.
Yeah, that's not what you get from Vandiver usually. He does have 6 rushing touchdowns, but only 200 yards on the season. But there, in a key spot, he breaks a nice run for a first down.
And you talked about the Bears trying to control the football, long ball control drives. And we are almost 4 minutes into this third quarter. And Burke County at the Thomson 30 or 27-yard line. Williams. And not much this time.
Crowd a little bit. On the stop, number get a little action going here.
Camera's on you. Come on.
Yeah.
Get up. No?
Well, you can see there's not an empty seat, though.
That is true.
There was like a lone, Philadelphia Eagle fan sitting in the all green.
All Philadelphia Eagles fans should be alone. 2nd and 6. And the Bulldogs equal the task again.
Yeah, Quay Cummings there, big number 76, stuffing the middle there for Flournoy.
Yeah, Quay Cummings, leading tackler on this Thompson defense, 50 of them, 10 of them for loss. A squeegee guy, getting a little nervous.
Yeah, big play for the Thompson defense here. You would think probably 4-down territory. Don't know if they would kick from this far out.
Vandiver with blocks and run out of bounds at the 22-yard line. So gain of about 1.
Be about 3.5 yards short.
So this would be a 39-yarder if they chose to kick.
It looks like they're keeping the eye. Well, Coach Stevens there talking to Vandiver.
So it's 4th and 4. You could come out and try to draw them off.
He's talking it over with his quarterback. 23 seconds on the play clock in County.
Speaking of, we talked about what a first-class facility this is. They have college-level play clocks in each end zone here.
Yeah.
Gonna go for it. 4th and 4. Got to get to the 18-yard line. Vandiver will throw for it. Never mind the first down. It is a touchdown.
Well, for the first time tonight, they got a receiver running free on a big play on 4th down.
And I believe it's nope, never mind. It's Joshua Arroyo, a tight end.
Yeah, Arroyo with the touchdown. And you see he was so wide open. Everybody was, looking for the run. And you see he was behind everybody. Singfield was the closest to him, but Arroyo wide open.
A junior tight end has given Burke County the lead. And Lovett for the point after. How about that for a start to the second half? A 4-minute 59-second drive, if my math is correct. We'll figure all that out during the break. Anyway, either way, it's 21-14 with 6:59 left to play in quarter number 3. A beautiful November night in downtown Waynesboro here in Burke County, and about, 2 miles east of there, here we are at the Bear Den. And Burke County with a 21-14 lead and kicking off. So my math was not right. It was 5 minutes and 1 second worth on the Burke County drive.
Well, we weren't going to say anything.
Well,
I mean, that was perfect. You kicked it away from sink field and in the end zone. That was
very well done.
Definitely what they were looking for there.
Yeah, now let's see if every time somebody's made a play, their opponent has answered. Let's see if Thompson can answer here. Now, Thompson, both their touchdowns came after long kick returns. They haven't had a super long drive like Burke County has. We'll see if they can put one together here.
And then we'll give you our stat of the night so far on Vandiver. First and 10 from the 20. And they'll go to tried and true Jeffrey with a big hole. And Jeffrey across the 40 and out of bounds. Trey Jeffrey.
He is fun to watch. And good blocking, too, by Thompson. You see how they seal the edge there. Everybody on a man, hat on hat. And Jeffrey gets the corner for a big play.
Well, and again, up over 1,000. Both of the main running backs for these teams have gone up over 1,000 yards for the season tonight. And a big first down for Thompson up to the 41-yard line. And this time, nothing for Jeffrey.
We do have a score in that Batesburg-Leesville-Strom-Thurmond game. The Rebels lead it 7-0 heading into the fourth quarter, and they have the football. You'll definitely want to tune into Football Friday night to get the final there. That is a big game.
You bet.
Yeah, because the way the hurricane and the schedules worked out, we didn't get a chance to see Strom-Thurmond in person this year.
Yep. Which we were supposed to on Game Night Live. But we will see Strom-Thurmond, the stadium, in person in January.
Here goes Jeffrey again.
And Jeffrey's broken free to the second level and across the 30. First down, Thompson.
Boy, I said, could they answer? Handing it to 26 is a good way to do it.
32 yards.
Your math is right on tonight, John. I'm
listen,
impressed. I'm going to ship you to Arizona. They need some
what
help
do they
counting.
say about blind squirrels finding a nut every now and then? All right, so there you go. That's our host site for Border Bowl 12 coming up in January, on January 11th. We will be there. Tickets go on sale soon. The best seniors in our part of Georgia versus the best seniors in our part of South Carolina.
Players from both these teams will be in the game.
You absolutely will see both teams, both of these teams represented as the flag comes in.
I was talking about how Thompson changed when Jeffrey got back in the lineup. In the 6
5-yard
games
penalty.
where he came back, 94 carries, 920 yards, and 15 touchdowns. And he's well on his way to another 100-yard game tonight, and he already has a score.
First and 15 after the penalty. And Jeffrey. Well, first and 15 is nothing for him.
He's got an outside chance if Thompson makes a deep run in the playoffs. He's got an outside chance at reaching 4,000 yards rushing for his career.
69 and 2 touchdowns in the first half. So he's going to be getting close here to 100 yards.
And keep in mind, his sophomore year, he got over 1,000 yards, and he was definitely the backup. He did not start. They had Jontavis Curry, who was the star, but he had over 1,000 yards coming off the bench in that season.
Gosh, was that just 2 years ago?
That was 2 years ago.
Goodness gracious. Jeffrey again close to the first down.
Probably the best 1-2 punch. Maybe the other two I can think of was maybe Cam Garnett and Brown at Harlem.
Yeah,
that was good.
It's definitely one of them. I remember back years ago, Brian Smith had a duo at Strom-Thurmond. One of them was Wright Jordan that ended up going to South Carolina and playing for the Gamecocks and got hurt. He ran track, ended up breaking his neck, actually, a vertebrae, where he had to give up his athletic career. They had a couple of backs that were great. I think on that one, that's a good question there, Nathan.
2-down territory for the Bulldogs. It's not going to matter as Jeffrey powers ahead inside the 15. So the Dogs are in the red zone. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 15.
Well, he said Burke County had not put Thompson had not put a long drive together. This has been a pretty good drive. A couple of big runs by Jeffrey.
And a first half that moved at sort of a methodical pace. They're eating up big chunks of the clock here in the second. Jeffrey, just keep feeding them. Jeffrey, touchdown. Wow. Trey Jeffrey. He is 3rd of the night.
Well, 3rd of the night, 18th rushing touchdown of the season, 20th overall touchdown check that, 18th touchdown of the season. But for his career now, coming into the game, he had 57. That is touchdown number 60 for his career.
And blew a little kiss to the Burke County faithful at the end of the run.
Well, he's up to 154 yards rushing, too, which is about what he averages since he's come back from that injury.
Amerson, true once again on the point after.
He's averaged that in a lot of blowouts, too, where he hasn't probably been playing the second half.
Oh, yeah, there's games where he had 9 carries and, 8 carries.
And we're all even once again. This is everything we expected.
We say it all the time that it's like a heavyweight fight. This really is. I mean, it's literally just back and forth. Nobody's been up by more than one score.
All right, so let's breathe for a moment, all right? It's time for the the final Game Night Live trivia question.
Here we go. All right, here we go.
Tonight's category is, well, it's pop culture, but more specifically, we love the 80s.
Okay.
So Burke County High School, our host site tonight, and for Border Bowl earlier this year, opened in 1987. So quite simply, tell me what was the #1 song of 1987?
Oof.
Channel your inner Casey Kasem.
For the year.
For the whole year. The
okay.
#1 overall song of the year. And when AB was waking up on Saturday morning, tuning into the top 40 hits.
That is tough.
I'll let you think about that. We'll have the answer in the 4th quarter. Can I say I had a guess on this and I was wrong.
Okay. Yeah, this is going to be hard.
My guess was in the top 5.
I will be shocked if mine is in the top 5. I was listening to the Beastie Boys and LL Cool J in 1987. They're not in the top 5.
They're probably in the top 20.
Yeah. Actually, Beastie Boys was probably more 88.
I mean, I might can get a song in the 80s, but I don't know if I can get some in 87. Exactly.
For some reason, I'm leaning like George Michael, maybe. I don't know.
The Faith album did come out.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. That came out in 87.
I'm leaning a little Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson did not have. I'll go ahead and tell you it's not Michael Jackson. I'll give you that hint. He had a duet hit in 87, but not on his own.
The only hint I'll ask, is it more rock or more pop? Is that fair?
Both.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Pop rock, I like it.
1st and 10, here come the Bears from the 24-yard line. In a game that is all knotted at 21, and Thompson's defense up to the task on 1st down, but there's flags from both sides on 1st down.
Yeah, he's pointing. He got his helmet ripped off, and he's saying, yeah, I know who did that. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yep. He stayed in the play, by the way.
He's still fighting. Oh, and I see he got hit at the end of the play with his helmet off, too.
Yeah,
behind.
Can't do that. Michael Youngblood pleading his case. All the officials with their backs turned.
Personal foul. Defense. Hitting a player without a helmet. The result of the penalty is a 1st down.
Now I think if you're Michael Youngblood, what he might have been saying is the player stayed in the play and kept playing. What are we supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
First and 10 at the
but
41.
either way, safety's going to win that argument every time. You can't get anywhere near a player without a helmet on. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bears at the 41-yard line. Getting kind of foggy here at the Bear Den. And a nice run on first down. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Leading the attack, number 56, Jones.
And the players serving as trainers here, stretching out that cramp like a calf. Joshua Arroyo, who scored the touchdown earlier, might have a future in sports medicine. Gets his guy back up and running.
Well, 2nd and 1 for Burke County. Ball right at midfield, you see. What a great way to end Game Night Live for the season. Well, for the year. Technically the season.
We still have Border Bowl.
We got Border Bowl.
Yeah, in January. So brief timeout for the injury, and now it looks like we're ready to go. Well, I may have spoken too soon.
So definitely some interest in Columbia County. Evans playing well tonight, 21-17 now.
That would
closing
be-
the gap on Glenn.
That would be amazing if they were able to run the table the last three games. And
which
really
started on Game Night Live.
Surprising wins if they are to win tonight against Greenbrier and Glen Academy, out of the 2 out of those 3 to get into the playoffs.
It's 21-17 Glen Academy right now?
Yep.
That's a tough, long road trip for Evans. But all the marbles at stake for the Knights tonight, just like in this game. And what a stop on 2nd and 1, make it 3rd and 2. Nope, they're going to give him forward progress for yards. So it's going to be 3rd and about an inch, actually.
Number 33, Jenkins.
Yeah, you're that far from home in Glen Academy, fighting for the right to drive all the way to Rome the next week.
and I just don't know if that's going to be a fun trip. You'd like to make it. You want to make the playoffs.
You know what? Get in and see what happens.
Yeah.
3rd and a foot. And Vandiver straight ahead. Should have the first down.
Yeah, Thompson saying no, but I think he definitely got it.
And also, if you're Evans and you've made that trip down there, do you have to ride the bus back, or can you just stay down there and spend the weekend at Jekyll?
Yeah, the beach, man. Yeah.
I have a feeling a few of them are. So we're hearing some from the truck, people guessing our trivia question. And I feel like...
Well, I've narrowed it down to 6 either performers or groups.
Right.
I think it's one of those 6.
I'm not...
Don't tell me.
I believe...
Oh, wait. I just thought of another one.
As we have a timeout here, we can talk about this for a second.
It would be just like John.
From the truck, was that Philip, our SAT truck operator, who... Oh, it's Rodrigo. Okay, Rodrigo down on the field with Scott Skadden, who has chimed in with a guess. Let's see if we can get a shot of Rodrigo down on the field. He's our sideline producer tonight. There he is. And he has a guess. So we will go to Rodrigo for his guess before we get AB's guess. That's coming up in the 4th quarter. In the meantime, they have measured this, and it is a first down. And so this Burke County drive continues into Thompson territory at the 49-yard line. I've completely lost AB and Nathan. They're just writing down 80s bands.
Yeah,
I
the effort we're putting into this, the effort we're putting in to lose this trivia.
Wait, guys, we have a region championship on the line here.
And here we go.
Snap. There's Williams. Williams from 49 out. Can he get the pylon?
Yes,
he does.
He got it. Wow.
Touchdown.
The 2 running backs are going at it tonight, Williams and Jeffrey.
This game is nuts.
Exactly what we thought it would be. Every time you think you've done something special, the other team steps up. Good blocking, just like last time I said, good blocking. Look at that hole. And then he uses some speed. Looked like the defender had the angle on him, but he's able to get to the corner and score. Great run by Amir Williams.
His second touchdown of the night.
I said they had
20th of the season.
He and Jeffrey had 103 career touchdowns combined coming into it, and they've got 5 tonight.
Missed it. It was an interesting
Oh,
hold.
wow.
It was like a high snap, and he tried to get the ball down.
So 27-21.
Will that come into play?
Wow.
With a quarter and change left to play here in this region title game.
Well, and you mentioned Thompson's kicker has only missed one all year out of, what, 34, 35 or so. So that is a big point off the board there.
So 27-21 with 2 minutes left to play. Hey, we always have to show this picture. By the way, look at the top of your screen. Am I wrong? Is it getting foggy here?
Yeah.
It's not Squeegee Guy. Squeegee Guy's done a great job.
That's not from the grill either.
No, it's weird. I think it's just the humidity out there. Real quick, Squeegee Guy's there. He is. He's still with us.
Still there.
Real quick, I want to show this picture. We talked about Michael Youngblood and Franklin Stevens both being Burke County grads. Can we pop up the Michael Youngblood class of '98 photo from the? There it is.
Yeah, look at that baby face.
Look at that. Before he went off to Georgia Southern. Guy was raised in Burke County, played here, coached here, but now he's all Thompson.
He was a great all-around player, too, back in those days. I was doing football back then, date myself a little bit. Yeah, he was sensational.
Zay Brinson on the Brinson on the return for Thompson.
Yeah, his senior year was the '97 season. He graduated in '97 season. He was sensational for that Burke County squad.
And you know, Franklin Stevens, Michael Youngblood won 2 national championships at Georgia Southern. Franklin Stevens didn't win a national championship there. He was there. He graduated from Burke County in '91. He was in there in that weird post-Irk Russell, pre-Paul Johnson era where Georgia Southern wasn't quite at the level they were when Michael Youngblood was there. But as you said earlier, still an All-American as a starting center for the Eagles. And now both leading their teams tonight in the search for a region championship. So Thompson down just 6 now, and it's Jeffrey again. Goodness gracious. And he steps out, gets the first down. And that one is almost like he knew exactly where he was on the field. He got the first down by an inch.
Well, he's on his way to a 200-yard night.
First down for the Bulldogs.
Inside the final 2 minutes.
This might be a matter of who has the ball last, the way these are.
Well, we thought that was going to be the case last week. It was not.
It was not, Roy. Batesburg-Leesville took over that game. They took over with that 19-play drive to end the half to go up 14-0 at halftime.
Got a question for you after this play. Jeffrey this time bottled up and taken down.
Hit of the night.
Gracious. That could be a hit of the night. I think it was Darius Jordan.
Yeah, it could have been him trying to cut away from the defender a little bit, too.
Yep, Darius Jordan.
Whoa, big play there by Jordan.
He is a senior. First time we've called his name tonight. All right, you said Batesburg-Leesville, best road crowd you've ever seen. What do you think of the Thompson faithful?
Pretty darn good. They have an unfair advantage at Batesburg. The field's smaller. We were outside. They seem super loud. Here we're inside and a long way away from where Thompson's sitting.
Well, they always make the trip here to Waynesboro from Thompson.
You know, you don't realize how long a trip that is. I mean, from Thompson to here, it's over an hour and a half. I mean, that's a pretty long road trip.
Do you go I-20 to 25, or what? Is there a back way?
I would think you would go that way. That would be the quickest probably.
Third and 7.
I know from Evans, where I live, it's
not close.
It's about an hour and 5 minutes.
And at 5 o'clock, it might be 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh! Check that on that hit of the night.
Forget about the other one. That's the one. Maybe the hit of the year.
Whoa.
Zay Brinson was just, I mean, he has had a great night.
That was
but
Caden
that
Braceley.
Caden Braceley just with one of the great hits we've seen all year.
I still say our best hit we've ever had was the very first year Jabari Nelson from Evans against Richmond Academy. That was the best hit we've had, and it was year 1. That right there was pretty darn good, though.
Yeah, so we're in like a soundproof booth. We could not hear the national anthem at all, but you could hear everybody in the stands groan on that hit.
Well, it's Burke County with a good defensive stand there.
And a good Burke County bounce on the punt as well, up to the 35-yard line. So Burke County with a 6-point lead, good field position, and 13 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
Watch this replay. Wow, what a hit. Oh, man. Yeah, that's hit of the year material there.
Yeah. And it was all on the up and up. Nothing wrong with it.
No, just made a perfect timing, broke up the pass, forced a punt. I mean, for everything in there, he showed me the route to drive. So they would go through Rennes, I guess.
Okay, so I figured there was
a little
some
quicker.
back
How long
roads.
did it say?
An hour, 48 miles.
Right.
Oh, so it's quicker that way for them. Okay, so I was thinking they would go the same route I took, and you add, 25 minutes from my house.
I'm whatever
to Thompson.
route keeps me moving and not stopping traffic.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Here
Speaking
we go.
of keeping on
Here
moving,
we go.
nope, that
That
was
was
not
Flournoy.
Williams.
That was Flournoy.
Yeah, Flournoy, who we've called his name a couple of times tonight.
Well, here's where the Thompson defense is going to have to step up and make a play.
5 seconds left. 4, 3. I believe that's going to take us to the end of quarter number 3. Well, fellas, we got 12 minutes left in Game Night Live for 2024 and to decide the Region 4 2A championship. 27-21, Burke County leads Thompson. Well, as the great Vin Scully would say, pull up a chair. We've got a furious finish ready for you here at the Bear Den. 27-21, Burke County leads Thompson. 1st and 10, and it's Williams for another score. This one from 46 yards out.
I love it. He waits till he gets the sidelines and takes the helmet off to celebrate with the crowd. That is touchdown number 3 for Williams. And Burke County, for the first time tonight, someone has a 2-touchdown score, or 2 score lead.
This might be an opportune time to mention that we will award the McDonald's Offensive and Defensive Players of the Game at the conclusion of tonight's contest.
That puts him over 100 yards rushing, over 200 all-purpose yards, and now
21
3 TDs.
touchdowns on the year. Wow.
And 2 key TDs when this team needed it. After this extra point, we're going to tell you about the Georgia Army National Guard. They've been with us all year, too. We appreciate their support.
Surprised they're not going for 2 here?
A little bit.
Well, let's see if this changes things.
Well, it's on Burke County, right, to back them up, so.
So the answer would be no.
Yeah, I would think they would kick now more so than before. Yeah, you're just 2 scores. You're hoping your defense does the job here. Just 11:51 to go.
I'm with you, Nathan. But not now. But originally, I think maybe I would have gone for 2.
Wow.
And by the way,
now
Squeegee.
Burke County will take a timeout.
I do know who Squeegee got.
Okay, I was going to say, Nathan did his
Nathan
research
went,
during
and
the
someone
break.
texted me also. Scott Skadden texted me.
All right.
All right.
Someone told us Paul Williams. So the funniest part is I went out there and they said all the friends and family were blowing up their phones saying they keep calling him the Squeegee guy.
Paul Williams.
So his fans and family may call him the Squeegee guy.
Oh, I can't wait for Thanksgiving at the Williams household. There he is.
Poor guy. Now
All right.
his friends, he's going to be playing golf with his buddies. They're going to call him the Squeegee guy. Look, we appreciate it.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
Literally, it made our
Couldn't see
lives
anything
easier.
without it, yeah.
Nope. He was. Well, he can't hear us. We'd love for him to turn around and say hi, but he's through a glass pane that he's been cleaning for us tonight, thankfully. So he's done a great job. Paul Williams, a.k.a. Squeegee Guy, we appreciate you.
So, Man, had to burn a timeout there on the extra point
Yeah,
too.
that could come into play. But also, you know, we talked about earlier the possibility of the missed extra point coming into play.
Now
so
they're
far,
going for 2.
Okay. Like I said, I would have done this.
Wow. Maybe the opposite
originally.
way, but here we
You
go.
got a little trick. Oh, boy. Well, one of those coulda, shoulda, woulda things, and it's going to work out for Thompson. And it'll be 33-21, a 12-point lead for Burke County with 11:51 left to play. Seems like as good a time as any to get us the QBs by the quarter for quarter number 3.
Absolutely. So Vandiver for Burke County having a perfect night so far, 5 of 5 for 120 yards. And Jones for Thompson is 3 of 5 for 28 yards.
Yeah, Vandiver's got a touchdown pass and a touchdown run as well. Also, folks, we told you we'd tell you about the Georgia Army National Guard. Well, let's do that. They offer you so much more than what you think. You can get a degree with money for school, learn job skills that translate to the civilian world, make bonds that last a lifetime, and earn pride for life. When you become a Guard soldier, your family will thank you, your country will thank you, and your future will owe you. The Georgia Army National Guard.
And that, sadly, is our last Georgia Army National Guard live read of the 2024 season.
Who's that man?
And we only have one more QBs by the quarter to go, sadly. And we appreciate our sponsors and our partners. We couldn't do these broadcasts. We could not bring high school football live into your living room every Friday night during the fall without them.
So Thompson is down 12, and they haven't completed a pass since the first quarter.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they haven't tried to get Sinkfield involved in the offense. He's such a big play guy. Obviously, you've got Jeffrey running the ball, but I'm a little surprised they hadn't dumped off some short passes and just get the ball to Sinkfield in the open field. He's in the backfield. Matter of fact, it looks like he's taking the direct snap now.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
Michael Youngblood rolling the dice a little bit, shaking up the offense.
Yeah, said get him the ball in the open field. Just snap it directly to him. That's one way.
And there's why.
There he goes.
And look at that hit.
Oh, man.
And we've had a lot of nominees for hit of the game. I still think the last one wins.
Sinkfield's about $155, and he just leveled somebody there.
The speed at which he turned the corner there was very impressive.
It is a first down. It is all the way up to the 47-yard line.
And you're not going to want to miss this ending, and I'm telling you, Football Friday night, you don't want to miss the Strom Thurmond Batesburg Leesville ending either.
Ooh, that's what we call a tease.
There we go. Yep.
I'm going to have to book it home then.
Yeah.
I recorded it.
I'm safe going fast home. We're not in Barnwell County. That's where I get my tickets.
Oh,
look at that play.
It's Jeffrey on the receiving end. Still on his feet, Jeffrey.
Did you see that start and stop from Jeffrey? Oh, my goodness. There's a flag down, though.
Flag way back at the 45-yard line of Thompson.
That was a great trick play there by Thompson. Jeffrey looks like he might have got banged up at the end of the play. The tackle was made really low. There he is, Paul Williams. Yes.
And family, we appreciate you. Thompson's not appreciating this call. It's going to bring back a huge game.
Yeah, that was a big play. I tell you, the two backs, Amir Williams for Burke County and Anthony Trey Jeffrey for Thompson, they have been outstanding tonight.
So that'll back it up to 1st and 15 at the 42-yard line. Jones under pressure, escapes. First man, not the second one.
Burke County making the plays when they need to.
Yeah, Arius McCray, a senior defensive end, on the sack. Could be Aries. My apologies to the McCray family.
Well,
either way, great play. by McCray.
And again, okay, so Sinkfield's in the game now. He's on a slide at the top of your screen. You're in this 2nd and long scenario, 2nd and 20, maybe even a little more than 20.
I think.
And a flag again.
I was about to say, I think you got to approach with just 3 downs to get to 20 yards.
Yeah, exactly. Try to get 7 or 8.
Snap infraction. Offense.
Now they got to get 25
5-yard penalty.
And look, we're in
Still
a
second
closed
down.
booth here, but I think this Burke County crowd is making a difference here.
They heard us giving all that credit to the crowd last week. They said, well, we're going to show you certainly a bigger crowd this week because it's bigger schools and facilities.
2nd and Sardis.
They have been loud and proud. And their Bears have a 12-point lead. And another flag. As if on cue, another procedure call against Thompson.
Prior to the snap. Ball start. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
2nd and 30.
What are you drawing up, Coach?
I dump it off to either Jeffrey or Sinkfield and let them make a play, and I do it 2 times and then see if you can get up to 4th and short or, 4th and manageable. Because I think you've got to score here. I mean, I think you can't give it back to Burke County in good field position.
If nothing else, you got to throw it up deep to Sinkfield.
I don't know that that's the strength of Jones. The quarterback is throwing it deep. I think let your guys run the ball more, but they're going to run it.
There you go.
Jeffrey going to get about 6 of it back.
Boy, he is a hoss, and he's taking some shots tonight, and he just keeps going. That's what Coach Youngblood said about him. In the Evans game, he was hurt, but he wanted to play, and he saw him. There was a play where he saw him, he just couldn't accelerate, and he said, man, I know you want to play, and I respect it, but we just got it. We got to take you out and save you for the rest of the season. He is a warrior.
3rd and 25.
All right, Sinkfield is in there in the backfield now. They're going to do a double pass. Well, they couldn't throw it.
Oh my goodness! Another
hit.
huge hit, and this could be Burke County football.
I think Thompson might have got it back. I don't know. It's close. No, Burke County's got it. Yeah, Burke County's definitely got it, number 11. That is Bruce Rackins. Look at this hit, another big hit.
Good luck in the truck picking the hit of the night.
I think the first one is better than that one, but that was pretty darn good too. That one looked good with the ball flying in the air, but wow, Burke County was. I mean, there've been some hitting on both sides tonight.
Chris Florney with the big hit that knocked it loose. He had 37 tackles, 2nd on the team entering the night. None bigger than that. And it is 1st and 10. Burke County with the lead and the football at the 36-yard line of Thompson with a region championship hanging in the balance.
Well, this is the ball game. You've got to get a stop or you lose. I mean,
chance to shut the door. Yep.
Look, I mean, Thompson. Even if you lose, you're going to be going to the playoffs at home. But there's a big run to start the drive. But you don't want to go into the playoffs coming off a loss, getting banged up and beat up by a good Burke County team in a hard-hitting game. Burke County will be flying high. Those bruises don't hurt quite as bad when you win a region title, And so I think that Thompson's got to get a stop here.
Not only do you go into the playoffs beat and banged up, but some of these schools in other parts of the state have an advantage of getting a bye week.
That's right. Yeah.
Clock continues to tick. Precious seconds away for Thompson. Burke County more than happy to watch it run. Going to be close to the first down. I believe he's got it. And it will be a first down at the 26-yard line. And so if you're the Bears, and you guys alluded to it just a moment ago, I'm in no hurry to score here.
Yeah.
A Hawk Law Group first down.
The clock is your friend right now for sure.
We appreciate the Hawk Law Group as well as all of our sponsors this year. First and 10 Bears from the 25-yard line. Williams breaks one tackle. Williams!
There he goes.
Fourth of the night. Hurdles into the end zone.
Well, maybe play of the game nominee there. His 4th touchdown. Is that right?
4th of the night.
Wow.
23rd of the season.
It's 175 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. And don't forget, he's got 89 receiving yards.
And these Burke County fans starting to smell it.
One of the best performances of the year, AB, when you consider how big this game is. And he's doing
sure.
it.
You bet. For the extra point. And this one is good to make it a 19-point Burke County lead. Still 7:30 to play, though, in this region championship game on Game Night Live. Burke County returns Thompson returns the kickoff back to the 34-yard line while you were away, and the Bulldogs will have it. First and 10 there, down 19 points in what has been it was 21-21 at the half. It's been all Burke County in this second, 19 unanswered.
And once they got the momentum, and I tell you, every time they got the ball, it was Williams breaking away. And all the attention, all the other running backs in the area have gotten this year, and they deserve it. I mean, Javon Edwards has been spectacular. Ty Jones, the quarterback at Lakeside, Jeffrey, all the attention. This guy has been kind of the one getting overlooked. Every week when they have the 180 yards, he's got like 100. But he's not getting a ton of carries. Again, for this season, I think he only had 78 carries because they're blowing everybody out. Well, he's showing tonight, hey, I might be the best back in the area. What a performance.
Not sure what the discussion is. And now a flag drops. We're about to find out.
Officials timeout.
Personal foul. Kicking team.
Our list is getting longer.
The player with the lost helmet continues to participate in the play.
You guys have 2 pages of bans written down now. Well, that is the last thing Franklin Stevens wanted. You built a 19-point lead, and now your team commits a personal foul. Well, it is an eerie-looking night here at Burke County. Fog has settled in as they move the ball up to the 49-yard line.
First and 10 at the 49.
It's a great starting position for Thompson, but they got a long way to go, both yardage-wise and points-wise, and almost picked off on first down.
Incomplete attempt number 4. And on the coverage,
We are
Kennedy
torn.
Bailey, the intended receiver for Jones.
Yeah, we are torn on trying to pick our McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game.
So Evans still trying to fight back against Glen Academy late in that fourth quarter. 28-24 game now, Glen Academy leading.
28-24.
Yep. And Lakeside with a win tonight. Congratulations to them. A great 9-1 season.
9-1
Tied the
season.
school best,
Wow.
best season in school history.
Congrats to our good friend Steve Hibbets, as this is complete to
Sinkfield.
Sinkfield at doing what he does, tiptoeing down the sidelines, and Thompson's going to have the ball down at the 20-yard line, and in a fresh set of downs. Still 7 minutes left to go in this game. Plenty of time for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, if you can score here, but the key is you got to stop Burke County. They just haven't been able to do it tonight.
Not in the second half, to be sure.
First and 10 at the 22.
I mean, I don't think, as good as the offenses were tonight, they both averaged 42. I still don't think Coach Youngblood thought he was going to give up 40 tonight. And right now, they've given up 40 with still some time on the clock.
First and 10 from the 22.
How about Jones keeping
And
it?
Jones on the keeper inside the 5. It'll be first and goal Bulldogs.
Yeah, you don't see him run it a lot, but that looked really good. Everybody kind of froze because they thought he was going to hand it to Jeffrey. Again, if they can get a quick score here, they get 28.
You go onside if you score here? Is it too early?
I think it's probably, no, I don't think it is. Because again, whether you stop them at the 20 or the 50, you still got to stop them, you know?
Jeffrey grabbed and dragged down at the 5.
I think I do onside kick it.
Well, Thompson,
Yeah,
Michael Youngblood hoping he has to make that decision.
Yeah, they got to score first. Well, the key thing here is you just can't let clock run. You need 3 scores. Actually, you need 4 scores. They're 19 down.
In 7 years?
Oh, no, 3 scores. Excuse me.
Sorry, little Gettysburg Address here.
Yeah.
Don't challenge John on math tonight. He's on fire.
For once in my life. Jones, end zone. Is he in?
Did he get in?
No. At the 1. Pushed out of bounds. Zay Brinson.
Well, at least it stops the clock. And he's down at the 1. So.
And your guy, Scott, with the stop, I believe, for Burke County to keep him out of the end zone.
Kelvin Scott.
I almost wonder if he didn't get in on that play.
New York's looking at it. Well, look at this shot down the sideline. Great job by our crew.
Oh, might have had offsides there.
And we capture it as it happened. Great job.
If y'all didn't know who did it, just look at Jones, the quarterback. He's telling you.
Defense. Half a distance to the goal, still third down.
Doesn't really hurt you on the penalty, though, because how far can you go when you're 6 inches out, you know?
Is he in? Yes, touchdown. Is it Jeffrey? It was.
Another touchdown. It's his 4th tonight, so both the star backs have 4 touchdowns.
Well, both of these players putting on all world performances, and that's going to get Thompson pending the extra point.
Well, I said they had 103 combined TDs coming in. I had no idea they were going to get 8 more tonight, but they've done it. And now Thompson, with this extra point, can cut it to 12.
The kick is up. And the kick is good.
So, Thompson, no quitting the Bulldogs. Down 12 now and still 5:46 left to play. Thompson has all 3 timeouts remaining. Look at that great shot by our crew.
That was the fourth touchdown of the night for Jeffries as well.
That's what I'm saying, 8 touchdowns between them. They had 103 coming in, 111 career touchdowns between them. And by the way, that's 19 touchdowns for him in basically 7 games this year.
This game is as advertised. That's what I'm talking about. Look at this scene here at Burke County with this fog that has rolled in. It doesn't. It's not affecting the play on the field. It's not that low, but boy, it creates quite an atmosphere here.
Now again, you got a decision. The reason I say do it is because whether you stop them at midfield or stop them at the 25 or 30, you still got to stop them. Yeah, they are lining up for onside kick. So,
and thankfully, unlike the NFL, you don't have to tell everybody you're doing it.
I think you tell them by the way you're lined
up.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
that's why I think it's dumb in the NFL.
Yeah. Well, at least you give yourself a chance to get the ball here.
Did not get the hop he was looking for. I'm not even sure it went 10 yards.
Well, now you got to get a stop. That's the bottom line.
Well, while they line up, you've been thinking about it for a quarter and almost a quarter now. But before we get AB's guess, we have to get our guess from our sideline producer, Rodrigo Burgos, who earlier tonight said he thought he had an idea what the answer to the question was. So if Rodrigo has a mic, I don't know if he does. There's Rodrigo. All right. Would you like to give your, hang on. The trivia question was, Burke County opened in 1987, the high school. What was the #1 song of 1987 in the U.S.? Rodrigo, move to your left just a little bit to get out of the graphic. There you go. Nope, now I just messed him up. It was worth a try. Anyway, Rodrigo, what's your answer?
So I listen to a lot of 80s music. I believe the song is Walk Like an Egyptian by the Bengals.
That's a good guess.
Okay, that is a fantastic guess. Now we're going to go back to the action on the field. There was a flag on first down. It looks like it's going to go against Burke County. And so while they sort that out, I know you're all on pens and needles at home to get AB's guess on
All right,
this.
real quick. I thought of these and ruled them out. Vanilla Ice was 90s. Elton John, I think he split 70s and then later 80s, 90s. I ruled out Guns N' Roses. I think they were later. Milli Vanilli was later. I think Eric Clapton was later. I think Whitney was later. So I narrowed it down to U2, Madonna, Bon Jovi, George Michael, and Boy George. I'm going Madonna like a virgin.
Offense, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot.
And the answer is, as Burke County backs up, the flag was against them.
How
about Rodrigo? How about that? Walk like an Egyptian by the Bengals.
I don't know whether to be happy or mad. Is he trying to steal my job? Come on, Rodrigo. You could have texted me that.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
That's a huge
What
penalty,
a pull. What a pull.
Well
Good
done,
job,
my
Rodrigo.
Huge penalty. If they can get a stop here real quick, it's not over.
That is a great.
Yeah.
Between Squeegee Guy Rodrigo and the 8 touchdowns between the running backs, good Lord.
Yeah, but you're right, Nathan. Thompson gets a stop here. There's still 5 minutes left. They got 3 timeouts.
I guarantee Squeegee Guy would have got it right, too.
And by the way, there are some games you don't want to miss football Friday night. There's some games around the area. The finishes are going to be insane, and hopefully including ours. But like I said, you'll definitely want to tune in. Strom Thurman, Batesburg, Leesville coming down to the wire. Evans trying to get in the playoffs. Good games going on.
Gianna Cephalou, Graham Lee, Damon Putzier, Mike O'Neill. Hard at work back at Television Park. Catch them at 11:35 over on WJBF News Channel 6. But first, Burke County trying to salt this one away. Thompson trying to get the ball back.
They almost got the ball loose. I don't know if you noticed, the running back bobbled the ball there, Flournoy.
Jalen Riles, a senior defensive lineman with a huge stop for Thompson.
Great job there by Coach Youngblood. Go ahead and taking a timeout.
I tell you, it was a good job by the ball carrier, Flournoy, because that ball almost came out. He's able to hold on.
And so there's a timeout taken here by Thompson. So they are down to their last 2. So they'll have 2 left. Burke County also has 2.
What a battle. 2 great programs, well coached, great athletes on both sides. Thompson trying to get the ball back to give themselves a chance here.
Again, this game originally scheduled for October the 4th, pushed back by Hurricane Helene. And that's actually been kind of a gift for us. So many bad things happening for the Hurricane, but this becoming a game at the end of the season where it will be decided tonight, the region championship.
Yeah, two top-ranked, 2 top 10 programs, one 8-1, one 7-2, going for a region championship.
Do you feel like Thompson should have gone for 2 on that last one and try and get it to a touchdown field goal game?
I don't know. I think if you do it there and don't get it,
then it's kind of deflating.
Yeah.
So much history between these 2 programs. Thompson with 27 region titles, 3 state titles, the most recent in 2022. Burke County 9 region titles, and of course the 2011 state championship.
Yeah, there's no chance he was throwing that football.
No.
All right, so Thompson will get it back.
Yeah, with about 3.
Use another timeout. No, he's not.
I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to
save it.
They're going to get it back with just under 4 left.
Oh, can't get a penalty here.
Well, I mean, if you're Burke, don't snap the ball. You got. Why did they snap?
Oh, my goodness!
The ball's blocked, and they had 30 seconds on the clock. I don't get that.
Kennedy Bailey on the return for Thompson.
I don't understand the rush.
There were 28 seconds left on the play clock.
On the play clock, they had plenty of time. They could have run it down to 3:15 or so, and definitely under 3:20.
I guess was that a little bit of a trick to try and get the punt team out there so they couldn't get Sinkfield back to try and return the punt?
Maybe, but I think at that point you punt away from him and you run that clock.
I don't think either way they were going to punt it anywhere toward number 2.
So now Thompson They have clock to work with here. This game is not out of reach just yet.
Bulldogs trying to give us a finish here in the region championship game.
You know what, Nathan? You're right. I wasn't calculating right. They should have gone for 2 last time. It would have made it.
Be out going to the end of the run.
Yeah, you're right.
And another penalty on Burke County.
Yeah, because a touchdown, 2-point conversion in the field goal. You're right. They probably should have gone for 2. And their kicker is solid on the short kicks for sure, because he's something like 35 from 36 on extra points. But they're going to throw Jones, and he's hit.
Thompson's kicker's long is 36 this year, to be accurate. And yeah, Jones brought down at the 37-yard line.
Now, big sack there. And it was big 76 coming through there, making the play for Burke County. Darius Jordan, who's been outstanding tonight.
For Coach Youngblood, we have the time to sit here and do the math, but you're just trying to get your team back in the game and get a score. Sometimes it's hard to maybe think about all that different score combinations.
Flag on Thompson.
So I got a weird question for you.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Number 9 is Darius Jordan, and number 76 is Darius Jordan. And on one of the sheets where they tell us who their top players are, they've got 9 and 76 as Darius Jordan.
Maybe offense one way, like who was
possibly.
Oh, boy, that was a dangerous pass. Who was who used to play at Greenbrier that would change jerseys?
Oh, that's right. Bo. Oh my gosh.
The one question I've ever asked you, you can't answer.
No. His brother played at Ohio State
and was the bassist for the Bengals.
He had Stone. There was Stone and Bo. They both played there. Their last name starts with a S.
You're all this is right. I can't remember. Yeah, I know his mom's angry.
And I know his dad too. His dad messes when he's alive. He still works because his dad played with the Steelers briefly.
And you really should.
I mean, wow.
Perfect storm for AB. 3rd and 20. Line to gain is the 21. Oh, getting well short. The catch was made for Thompson by Jaden Ivey. And this clock will stop at 2:44 and a timeout taken.
Was it Secrets?
By Thompson. Sugarts.
Yep. S-H-U-G-A-R-T-S, yep.
Yeah, he used to change jerseys between
He
possessions.
did, yeah, and I think that's kind of the case with Darius Jordan. So I had sent down, he was one of the ones considering for defensive player of the game, and
Shoeguards.
I wanted to make sure on the, the right number because he is wearing 76 on defense. Yeah, Bo Shoegarts, Stone Shoegarts, and their older brother played at Ohio State and was in some NFL camps.
But don't forget, after the game, we have some hardware to hand out. We've got the hit of the game, and a lot of times it's hard for us to figure out the hit of the game. Play of the game's usually pretty easy.
Yeah.
We got a lot of nominees for hit of the game tonight.
Yeah.
And then the Powerade play of the game, and of course Scott Skadden will have the McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game.
Well, this is it.
This is it for Thompson. 4th and 15, and before we do it, Burke County. Franklin Stevens will call his second timeout after looking at the Thompson alignment. And we've been mentioning all night, this is not the only huge game across our area. Evans trying to claw its way into the playoffs. Strom Thurmond and Batesburg-Leesville battling for a region championship.
So the way they were set up in that formation, they had trips left and a receiver on the right. Were we thinking more of almost like a Hail Mary type throw there or some kind of screen left?
If it's me, I'm throwing it up and trying to get a pass interference.
Yeah, I think you can't. It's such a gamble throwing short of the sticks. Even though you've got athletes, it's such a gamble. I mean, the game's over if you don't get 15 yards.
Yeah, and I would prefer like a regular play here too. No trick play. I don't think it's going to work here.
Yeah. Well, one thing you got to do is protect the quarterback.
Same formation.
You got to protect the quarterback. Last
Burke
time
County,
they, got a sack.
Burke County crowd to its feet.
Oh, another penalty. And another false start.
Flag on the play.
Well, Thompson has really struggled with
5-yard penalty.
to get plays off here in this latter part of the game. I don't know if Burke County is doing something on the line, faking or something, but they have drawn them all. They've gone off sides, false started. That's what 4 or 5 here in the last part of this game.
This is it for Thompson. Into the end zone.
They got it.
He got it.
He got it.
It is complete.
Are you
Holy
kidding me?
smokes. Are you kidding me? Sinkfield.
Can't get a penalty there.
Sinkfield, wow. We said he scores about every 4th time he touches the ball.
The Dogs are not done yet. We have a 1-score game with 2:31 to play.
Are you kidding?
So they did kind of go with a Hail Mary type throw.
Yeah. But it ended up not even needed.
Into double coverage, by
yes,
the way.
Sinkfield just made a play. And by the way, for Sinkfield, that's touchdown number 17. That's his 8th receiving touchdown. 17th TD. The officials talking it over after the play.
It's a huge penalty because if it's not offsetting and it's on Burke County, you could not get this onside kick, and the field position is not going to be that bad. You could still technically get the ball back.
Kickoff.
Did we expect any less?
Somebody just tell the
Even
referee.
when it was 40-21.
We talked about it in the first half, how many times these two teams go down to a 1-score
Throwing
game.
the field is a
And
touchdown.
now those kicks and the missed 2-point
After the
conversion,
play.
they matter.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Defense.
Missed extra point.
That penalty will be
2-point conversion,
assessed
AB mentioned.
on the kickoff.
Touchdown, stand.
And it was just on Burke County.
Oh, so it wasn't offsetting?
Was not offsetting, so that's going to be huge on the kickoff.
See, I think it probably should have been offsetting. I think that Sinkfield kind of stood over the defender.
He was standing over him. He was taunting him in a certain way.
Yep.
And it's good.
This is big.
We have a 5-point game.
5-point game. The Stars have definitely shown up tonight. Sinkfield, Amir Williams for Burke County, Anthony Jeffrey for Thompson. We say Anthony or Trey, nickname's Trey, but man, what a game this is.
We couldn't ask anything more from this ball.
No.
To end the season.
All right, so we can start challenging John with a little math. He's been on fire tonight. So if they're of course going to go for this onside kick, but if they don't get it, they still have a timeout left. So you're talking 4 or 5 seconds a play. Then you got your play clock as well. Trying to do some quick math to see maybe how much time they could have left if they force a 3 and out.
Well, and that's the problem. If they let the play clock dwindle to 0 every single time.
Look where they're kicking from.
Yeah.
I know one thing. I like my chances on the onside kick better. He had a chance to get one out of the way earlier that didn't get the bounce he wanted.
If you kick it off here,
I don't kick it off. Especially not from here.
If you're Thompson, I think you could get the ball back with a little less than a minute to play.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's almost like when you hit a second shot in golf, you hit it better. I think I bet he gets the right bounce here. Whether they can get it, I don't know, but I like his chances.
There's the bounce, but again, recovered by Burke County.
That penalty was big, though.
Both onside kicks made great plays on them.
Yeah, Burke County made a good play on the ball, yeah. All right, let's see if they can somehow get it back. I got to say, we thought it would come down to the wire, but when it was 40-21, it wasn't looking so good for Thompson.
No quitting the Dogs, though.
But how about 4th and 15, or 4th and 20, the penalty, and they throw the long touchdown, and Sinkfield makes the play. And you're right, the 2 defenders, John, were right there. They just didn't make a play on the ball. They didn't know where the ball was.
I don't think they turned around.
Yeah, Sinkfield knew where the ball was and made the play. Boy, he's a player. 17 touchdowns, and he literally scores every 4th time. 25% of the time he touches the ball.
So now it's up to Burke County to try to salt away this clock. And oh my goodness,
Quay Cummings.
So they're letting it run here. So you got 40-second play clock.
Quay Cummings, leading tackler on this Thompson team.
4-year starter.
He takes up a lot of real estate on that line.
Yeah, he and Jordan Jones. I mean, I don't know if we're talking about 1-2 punches at running back. I don't know there's a better 1-2 punch.
See him at the middle of your screen.
Yeah, the defensive line than those two. Quay Cummings and Jordan Jones, 76 and 56 for Thompson.
So 2nd and 11, under 2 minutes to play now.
Timeout.
And Burke County calls its final timeout. Okay, so real quick, because we don't know what's going to happen the rest of the way, I want to make sure we get our crew. This is the last chance we have to do it this year, and they've been with us all season long. So want to get our crew's names mentioned on replay tonight. Thaddeus Borium, our director, Josh Recor, graphics, Micah Webb, audio, Jeff Singleton. On camera for us tonight, Cameron Belcher, Brianna Butler, and Katron Hugie. Our field camera operator, Gary Nipple. Our sideline, it says camera floater, but he's done a little bit of everything for us tonight, including giving us a bit of his 80s music expertise, answering the Game Night Live trivia question, Rodrigo Burgos. Our red cap / sideline reporter tonight, Scott Skadden. In the live truck, Ian McLeod, our master control operator back at Television Park, making us look good, Jarrett Ledger. And our production timer tonight, Andrew Robertson. Cannot say enough about our Game Night Live crew. They are here early every game day. It is a process that begins on Mondays and ends well into Saturday morning for them, and we appreciate you very, very much. And we're not done. We got Border Bowl 12 coming up in January, but first we got to put a lid on this regular season. 142 left to play. Burke County nursing a 5-point lead, 2nd and 11 from its 35. And it's going to get to 3rd and about 9. And Thompson will take its final timeout. So my math wasn't too far off.
I think you can get the ball back with 45 to 50 seconds.
A little less than a minute left.
You doing math, Rodrigo answering the trivias? What am I supposed to do?
It's a bizarro world we're living in.
So we got 1:33 left on the clock. Last several plays took about 3 to 4, maybe 5 seconds each, and then you got a 40-second play clock. But Burke County can't necessarily run it down on the punt all the way to 1 because they're out of timeouts. It's not as easy to run a play clock down to 1 on a punt team. But if you put Sinkfield back there and he gets his hands on the ball.
Yeah. I also look back at the 25 seconds or so they wasted punting that football earlier.
Yep.
I mean, if they are able to use that time.
You'd be at about 50 seconds right now. Okay, that wasn't my best math of the night. You'd be at about 105 right now. 3rd and 8. Line to gain is the 46-yard line. It's Vandiver. Vandiver will have it. And that's it. Exclamation point. Vandiver, sidelines.
Oh, wow.
That is the exclamation point. 65 yards. Touchdown, Burke County.
His 2nd rushing touchdown of the night to go with a passing TD. His 7th rushing touchdown of the season.
And brings a region championship to Waynesboro.
Well, Nathan's saying, hold on now, there's a minute 22
If
left.
you would have gone down there and not scored the touchdown, the game definitely
I was going to say, I think scoring the touchdown helped
If he'd have
Thompson,
gone down, the game was over.
I went through this with Todd Gurley with the Falcons against the Detroit Lions a few years ago.
But it's hard to tell a kid who's making a play like that and not score a touchdown.
I mean, how do you tell him not to run? And again, you're putting it.
Yeah. Either way, you're making it incredibly difficult.
Oh, yeah. They've got to score twice in a minute 22
you almost
with
need,
no timeout.
You need some kind of kick return here by Sinkfield for a touchdown or a big return.
What a game.
And a flag down. I think there's going to be some celebration against Burke County. I don't think they're going to care.
No. But I mean, a minute 22 left. I mean, Nathan's kind of saying, hey, it ain't over. But
when I said brings a region championship to Waynesboro, Nathan gave me the Dikembe Mutombo finger whack.
He did.
Our dearly departed Dikembe.
I'm not sure why one Thompson
flags
player
flying
is in the
all
middle.
over the place on the Burke County sidelines now.
There's one Thompson player in the middle of the entire Burke County team, and it looks like he was getting into it with Coach Franklin.
At least 2 flags have flown in that little scrum there you see on the Burke County sidelines.
Yeah, you don't want to see an incredible game like this marred by something silly. So hopefully the officials and coaches can get order restored there.
Well, they sort that out. The celebration has begun in the Burke County stands.
And you know what? They deserve it. 47 to 35 against a very good Thompson team. I know there's a minute 22 left, but with no – and am I correct in saying Thompson's got no timeouts?
Yeah, there's no timeouts for either team.
Show up the kid. Yeah.
Can you imagine if this is 30 yards worth of penalties on Burke County here?
Yeah.
I think you're going to have some offsetting somewhere in here.
I know one thing. I'm telling my kicker, I don't care what you do. You can fall down and miss the football. Do not kick it to number 2. You can, matter of fact, you can pull it away Charlie Brown style. I don't care. It does not go to number
2. The
They're
touchdown.
both on the defense. Personal foul. Defense. Oh, no, correction. Personal foul. Defense. Unsportsmanlike. Defense. We also intercept both of those penalties on the kickoff. Now, Coach Stevens, do not come out.
But he meant offense.
I think.
I think there was offsetting personal fouls, and then there was an unsportsmanlike. So I don't know that all of them are going to offset. You may have one of the 15-yard penalties.
I don't think it was offset. I think they were both on. They were both on Burke.
Well,
he pointed the wrong way. He corrected himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was correcting himself.
I think that might be what Franklin Stevens is asking right now.
Yeah. They're both penalties. He said defense, but it was offense. And yeah, so they're both on Burke County.
Supposed to be 30 yards in penalties here.
Wild. 47-35. Well, we have our highest scoring game at Game Night Live this year, too.
Yes.
82 points already.
So now they're trying to figure out the penalty. Do you take 15 yards from the 40 here, or is it just half the distance to the goal because you're trying to do 30 yards penalties? Do you put it on the 20, or do you take 15 yards to the 25 and then take half of that?
Good point.
I don't know. I've already done my math for the
so
night.
So should be at the 12 and a half, right?
I would,
about right?
I would think so. I think that's where they're going to put it, down there on the 12 and a half, yeah. So, I mean, even if you get hardly no return at all and you throw a quick deep past the end zone, you got a prayer. You got a chance.
Just like a prayer. That was one of those songs from the 80s, right?
It was 1989, Madonna. My favorite Madonna song.
You went to that too quick.
Livin' on a Prayer was one of the top songs of 1987.
I thought my guess was pretty decent. He marked that off pretty fast.
Were any of these guys
he marked this off pretty fast. I said Whitney.
No, Whitney was more early 90s.
Whitney Houston had some hits in 1987.
She did have some 80s.
She did.
Yeah, she did.
What was it? I Danced with Somebody.
Wanna Dance with Somebody was 1987. It just wasn't the top song of 87.
Were any of these that I had written down in there?
Bon Jovi was there.
Yeah.
George Michael was there.
I didn't think we had the right answer when he said it was kind of pop and rock, so I didn't think we had the right one.
Which is the Bengals, by the way. Pop and rock. All right, here we go. It is a short kick. It is taken at the 40.
Get out.
And now Thompson will have to basically throw to the end zone quickly. Aiden Robertson was the return man.
They need 2 scores, no timeouts.
Even if Thompson gets 1 score, have you ever seen a team get to pull off 3 onside kick attempts?
I don't know. You're the one that was telling me not to say region champions yet.
Hey.
We'll see what happens. 1:16 left to play.
I just had flashbacks of that North Augusta Midland Valley game.
Well,
it wasn't over.
You know what?
Every time you thought it was over. AB doesn't remember that one.
How many rush yards does Burke County have? I'm sorry to throw this on you, Nathan, but their running attack, their blocking.
You have time. Another flag just came in.
You said
Burke County's rush yards. That's what's won the game. The offensive line of Burke County.
Illegal substitution.
Running the football.
Do you have a guess?
Defense.
I'm going to guess
5-yard penalty.
over 300.
364.
Wow.
Yeah, 364. That's the difference in the game.
So there's another penalty on Burke County.
I guarantee you Thompson hasn't given up 364 yards rushing this year. So that means they're over 500 total yards probably, or close to it.
So Jones wants to throw deep, does. Again into double coverage, this time knocked away. They were going to make that same mistake twice.
Well, the mistake was not letting Sinkville be the one he's throwing it to, probably. That time it was number 13, Jaden Ivey. Yeah, but 364 yards rushing against the Thompson defense is pretty darn impressive.
And there weren't a lot of empty seats in any event on this home sideline, but they have moved very close to the field. They are waiting to erupt and celebrate with this team.
And some of the Thompson folks, I think, have left already.
But they're not taking 25 to I-20. We learned that.
We did learn that.
Jones steps up this time. Dragged down. Couldn't see who got him.
It was Darius Jordan again.
Well,
he's been all over the place tonight.
It's all about throwing to the end zone now for the Dogs. Under a minute to play. There's another one. And this one's going to be picked off. Can I say it now, Nathan?
Yes.
Nathan has given me permission to say Burke County will bring the region championship to Waynesboro.
Well, what a year that they've had in the regular season. 9-1 they will finish. Their only loss to a very good Benedictine squad. And they will host a playoff game next week right here in Waynesboro.
And to be fair, both of these teams will host a playoff game against the 2 and 3 teams. I should take that back. The 4 and 3 teams from Region 3 AA.
Thompson's a pretty you ain't going to find too many better 3-loss teams than Thompson in the state.
These two programs are at a level, if you're not practicing on Thanksgiving, you didn't have a good season.
Yeah, for sure.
So Burke County will likely face Cook next week. And it depends on the scores in Region 3 tonight, which we haven't really been able to find. But likely face Cook. And then Thompson will be home more than likely against Crisp County. As the final 30 seconds tick off here at the Bear Den. And you can hear this crowd. Listen to them.
Wow. Wow. They are pumped about this one. You know what?
They got Franklin Stevens with the power in.
They deserve to celebrate. They've earned it. 364 yards rushing tonight. Amir Williams with 4 touchdowns on the ground. And how about Sean Vandiver? He threw a touchdown. He ran 2 TDs.
That's it. The Burke County Bears are your 2024 Region 4 AA champions. And the head coaches, 2 longtime friends, shaking hands at midfield. And Scott Skadden has the victorious and region championship winning head coach of the Burke County Bears, Franklin Stevens. Scott.
Thank you, John. Coach, region champions, how's that sound?
I mean, it's great. It's one of the goals that we set early in the season. We do our preseason goal, which was to win at home, all the games at home, and be region champions. It's been a long time since these guys got an opportunity to win a region championship here, and that was important. That's something we wanted to get done, and I'm just super proud of what they were able to do tonight.
Absolutely. How's this game, what a setting this was, how's this set you up for the playoffs?
Well, the big thing is not to come out of here with any injuries. So hopefully we don't have anyone injured or, banged up. But then at the same time, hopefully he has us, with the AA, there's power rankings now. So hopefully this kind of helps us out with the power rankings a little bit. Maybe give us one home game, possibly 2. But, we got to take care of business first to worry about 2. The other thing is we have a little momentum going. I couldn't be more excited. We had a great crowd tonight. They were very into the game from what I could hear. Kids played their hearts out. They just played. I mean, if you came and watched and want to see a good high school football game tonight, it was a game of momentums. There were some mistakes on both parts. There were some mistakes from coaching. But at the end of the day, our guys, as I told them, before we came out at half, don't flinch. You know, we're about to go out here and finish up a heavyweight bout, and in the later rounds, there's going to be some haymakers coming. And the thing about it, you got to take it, and then you got to deliver your haymaker. And don't flinch.
I could not agree more. The haymakers, that's exactly what I was going to say. They're back and forth between you and Thompson. You didn't expect anything else, though, did you?
No, we didn't. We expected it to be what it was. It was like that last year. You know, from a point perspective, I'm a little sharp, but at the same time, that was part of those haymakers. I mean, it just kept coming and coming. If you want to see a good heavyweight fight, it should have been in Burke County tonight.
Congratulations, Coach. Appreciate it. Good luck in the playoffs. All right, back to you guys.
All right, Scott, thanks. Coach, congratulations. We appreciate it. We'll let Scott get into a position for our McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game. Real quick, final thoughts on this one, AB.
Well, again, the ground attack, 364 yards rushing. Whenever they needed plays, either Amir Williams or their quarterback, Sean Vandiver, made them. And I got to go back to Franklin Stevens. And coming in, taking over for Eric Parker was not easy.
Not easy.
I mean, he had built a great reputation and program here. Franklin Stevens now, his all-time record in region contest, 103-18, and he's played in some really good regions. Just impressive win tonight for Burke County.
Impressive indeed. Burke County, your region champions. The celebration continues on the field. 47-35, your final score. The postgame show is next. We'll award our McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game after this.
115 kick return
Back
yards.
in Burke County in Waynesboro, where the Bears have won the Region 4-2A championship 47-35 over Thompson. And for one last time, our QBs by the quarter for quarter number 4, Nathan Edwards.
Yeah, Jones for Thompson, and unfortunately a losing effort tonight was 7 of 12, 109 yards and a touchdown. And Vandiver for Burke County was perfect tonight. Didn't throw the ball a lot, but 100% completion percentage is not bad.
Yeah.
5 of 5 for 120 yards and a touchdown.
Those are our QBs by the quarter, brought to you by Culpeper Lumber, Ace Hardware, and we appreciate them being partners with us once again this year. All right, without further ado, we got some hardware to hand out. Let's take you back down to the field, and Scott Skadden as our McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game. Scott.
That's right, John. Hey, John, thank you very much. We're here with our friends from McDonald's, and we have two outstanding Burke County Bears with us. We're going to start out with our defensive player of the game, and that is Darius Jordan. Darius, at first we were looking for number 9. Where's number 9? He's not out there. He's number 76 too. Lift your shirt up. Show these people. He wears number 9 when he wears 76. He's all over the field. Darius, you got to be tired.
I'm not that tired. I've been playing a great game, so it just is what it is. So
I tell you what, region champions. How's that sound?
It's amazing. I've been wanting to do this all 4 years I've been here. It's just proud to be here.
As you should. Now you got some playoff games coming up. You're going to do it right here in the Bear Den. How's that feel?
It's amazing. We're playing in front of this crowd, one of the best crowds in Georgia.
Here we go. Let's give them the hardware from our friends from McDonald's, the defensive player of the game. Congratulations. All right. Now I'm going to go run. I'm going to walk over here because this guy has done all the running. Here he is, our offensive player of the game. 4 touchdowns, 175 rushing yards, as well as 89 receiving yards. There he is. Is it Amir?
Amir Williams.
Amir Williams, our offensive player of the game. Congratulations, Amir. Amir, you were all over the field tonight. What a game.
What a game. I just had the best game. You know, we had to come out here and win the game. Just the first time we don't win a region championship since like 2018. So we've been preparing for Thompson since August, and we just had to come out here and execute and follow the plan.
I tell you what, it was like we were talking to Coach. It was a slugfest out there. You know, you knew Thompson was going to bring it, but you guys were ready.
We've been prepared, like I said, we've been preparing since August, and this week we had to come with a different mindset and just play our ball and play Burke County football and get the region championship.
Okay, next step. Playoffs start next season. It's a whole new season. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. We're finna go 5-0. You know that means state championship.
There you go. Well, congratulations to Amir and Darius. There they are, the McDonald's offensive and defensive players of the game. Couldn't go to 2 more deserving players. Back to you guys.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Congratulations to Darius and Amir, and thank you so much to our friends from McDonald's for their partnership throughout this season on Game Night Live. And I was watching College Game Day last week, and they had Travis Hunter from Colorado, the odds-on favorite for the Heisman Trophy. He plays both ways as well, and it kind of reminded me of what Jordan just said, or Darius just said. He doesn't get tired. That's what he's used to. That's what he's played his entire life, and he's just used to it. So great job by those two, and congratulations to Burke County on a region championship.
Yep. John, a lot of times in these rivalry matchups, you see that scoreboard get turned off fast. It's going to stay up there for a while.
No, they might keep that thing on until Monday.
Well, I mean, it was just I can't get over the running game that against this good Thompson defense, especially with the two big guys up front, Jones and Cummings for Thompson, to get 364 yards rushing every time they needed a big play. Every time Thompson did something, Amir Williams would break a run. Then at the end, Vanderbilt broke one. Just a great effort by those two guys in that that Burke County offensive line.
As we get a good look at Coach Youngblood coaching up his team, tonight's kind of stings. No doubt about that. But, man, you're going to be home at the Brickyard next week. You got a very winnable game there. This is a Thompson team that can definitely make a deep run into December. So both of these teams can. So what a game between two strong opponents tonight. All right, got some more hardware to hang out. Let's go with our hit of the game for the final time in 2024. Boy, and we had a long list of nominees tonight.
This may have been the hit of the year. Ooh. Oh, my goodness. My goodness.
Did we ever get a number on that?
I think we did during the broadcast.
All right.
Hold on one second. I'll try to get it.
All right. You do that while we do this. We will move on to the Powerade play of the game. And again, when you've got a 47-35 game, more than 80 combined points, you've got a lot of nominees. But how about our McDonald's offensive player of the game? In for 6, taking Burke County to a region championship. And again, congratulations to the Bears. How are we doing on that name there, AB?
I think I do remember seeing it during the game. Hold on, give me 1 second. Oh, it's Kate. I think it was Caden Bracely.
There we go. All right. So we just want to give credit where credit's due. And speaking of credit where credit's due, one more time, we want to thank our fantastic crew for everything they do here on Game Night Live. You can catch the encore presentation of this broadcast. I have a feeling a lot of Burke County fans going to want to tune in for this one.
Yeah.
It will not air. Usually we air it the Sunday following the game. Because this was not a originally scheduled game, it was postponed due to the hurricane. The encore presentation, go ahead and set your DVRs. The encore presentation of this game will air Sunday the 17th. That's a week from Sunday over on WJBF NewsChannel 6, so make your plans accordingly. And don't forget, we have a lot of different games going on with a lot of postseason implications across our area. Football Friday night has covering it all and tracking it all for you. 11:35, Gianna Cephalou, Graham Lee will have all your highlights and scores and reaction and all the big scores. And as AB and Nathan have been tracking all night, some of these games are coming down to the final minutes. You don't want to miss that 11:35 over on WJBF News Channel 6. Well, this is my least favorite part. I'm going to get to my least favorite part. This is one of my favorite parts. This is our crew trying their 40 times. And
a trivia question, too?
So he gets the trivia question right for Rodrigo Burgos, and he wins the 40-yard dash.
Rodrigo's trying to steal all of our thunder. What's he doing?
You know what? Maybe he just calls border ball, and we all take January off. I don't know. Wow. And Micah gave up here on the right side of your screen.
Well, false
start, really.
This is our chief engineer, by the way, on the bottom of your screen, Matt Johnson.
Yeah.
He's giving a pretty good run, actually.
He's got the chest out like he's going to cross the finish line. I like it.
So, yeah.
I can't say anything. I would still be at the 5-yard line.
Hey, listen. This is a great crew, and they're having a lot of fun, and we do have a lot of fun putting these games on, but it is a lot of work. They put in a lot of hours to do this, and can't say enough about them. Now to my least favorite part, which is this is it for us for Game Night Live.
Unbelievable.
The three of us are in a text chain all summer long, really all year long. We look forward to this, and then as soon as it gets here, it seems like it's over. So I appreciate you guys. It's been a fantastic season. One more time for Nathan up here in the booth, for our entire crew, AB, John Hart here saying, I would say this on this night every year, Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and then we will see you once again on January 11th for Border Bowl 12 from Strom Thurmond High School. Good night, everybody.